For those who don't settle when others do. Who will give everything but won't give up. For those who believe in unlimited while others limit themselves. For those who are set free by performance and believe innovation can take you anywhere.
The first time you try Pedal Commander, you'll feel
Rockstar energy drink. This Matt Wall, the twin turbo PWC. Tanner fast going through the paces. Solid line here. Great angle.
Woo, good initiation from Dot. Did you see that main flip entry? Just gangster right there.
Job right there by Aasbo, but look at Odie Bakchis diving right in on the attack and positioning now. Ryan Turk really needs to show up. He went off course. Tightens it up to the front flip as is Freddie. The Norwegian hammer gets sledded by Denofa. And then he just keeps on going past. And Aasbo fills all that outside zone. That's a right there. Look at him roll tide. Here we go. Final outside zone line. Pretty straightforward. Outside zone. Frederick Aasbo right there. And now bring her on that final clip. Approaching pulls the tire up. So qualifying playing a role here in Long.
I'm Dylan Hughes, Formula Drift Pro driver, and today we're going to talk about Royal Purple HPS and what actually goes into it. There's a lot of talk about additives, and Royal Purple has its proprietary Centerlick technology. It is fortified with a high level of zinc phosphorus anti-wear additive for exceptional protection against heat and wear. Its high film strength improves sealing between the piston ring and cylinder wall for maximum horsepower and torque. Royal Purple HPS, race car technology for the street.
How's everybody doing here in the streets of Long Beach? We are here for round one of the Formula Drift Championship. Are you ready to send it? Yeah! He is your defending champion, Frederick, the Norwegian Hammer Aasbo! The gentleman you still know and love, Ryan Turk! Are you ready to see our first battle here on the streets of Long Beach? Ryan Turk, your #1 qualifier. Ryan Turk gets the win. Defending champ, Frederick, the Norwegian Hammer Aasbo, Rockstar energy drink. Aasbo gets all the way, 1, 2, back at it. We got one more time, one more time.
Yeah.
You get it one more time.
I can watch that battle all day long.
Forsberg and Turk going against each other. Whoa, baby! Whoa, doctor, look at that. Ryan Turk gets the win and advances on. Frederick Aasbo gets out of the outside zone. Oh, look at Denofa! Woo! Denofa hurt you, but he dives in on the outside contact. Frederick Aasbo getting the win. Our first half of the Final Four is set. Ryan Turk tucks into that pocket. Woo! Make some noise! Ryan Turk is going to the finals. Here is Matt Field, Frederick Aasbo, coming in hot, gets all the way out there. You asked for boy! Whoa!
Today I just ended up being too greedy and basically blocking him to do the transition, and he smashed into the wall, and I don't want to be that guy.
So Matt Field moves on, but unable to run. So guess what? With a celebratory run, your winner at round one, auto AutoZone Streets of Long Beach, presented by Type S. Congratulations to Ryan Turk.
Ryan Turk's last win in Long Beach was in 2009.
That was my first win ever.
Your first win ever, Ryan. You get to kick off the 2022 season with a win. How much have you learned here that you can bring into Atlanta?
Learned a ton about myself coming into this season as far as a mental game, and the team being very on point this year, and just the car being phenomenal to drive.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of Long Beach round number 1, 2022, Ryan Turk.
Formula Drift, the fans, the waves, the water, the excitement, and the Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla Nitto Tires Rockstar Race Service gets the win. We'll see you in Atlanta. Send it!
Places. Royal Purple, the official engine oil of Formula Drift, the synthetic expert. Rockstar, the official energy drink of Formula Drift.
Welcome everybody to AutoZone Road to the Championship, presented by Type S Atlanta. How we doing out there? Make some noise! And we are live around the world. Make some noise, Atlanta. Welcome everybody to the best track in the drifting world. Let's go! This is AutoZone Road to the Championship, live from Road Atlanta. I'm Jared Deanna. Joining me by my side is my co-host starting this year, as well as the judge, Ryan Lontaine. Ryan, what did you make of qualifying 32 and now top 16? It's great to see everybody's faces unmasked. We're ready to party.
Well, we had lots of action in top 32, a couple of collisions, some pretty wild driving, and I think it's only going to get better as we get into top 16.
That's right. It's going to be consistent. The sun is setting. The Type S lights are coming on. This is the Road to the Championship. So we are about to meet our top 16 drivers, but if you would, please stand and remove your hats, because right there you see front and center in the horseshoe, the keyhole, regardless, whatever you want to call it, you see the young men and women wearing blue t-shirts have made a commitment to serve in our United States Air Force. To honor their commitment, please remain standing while Brigadier General Kanata Crumbly administers the oath of enlistment.
Good morning, Formula. Good afternoon, Formula Drift fans. How are you doing? Please welcome me in giving a rounding applause to the 5 newest airmen in the United States Air Force. As some of you have seen from recent events, our freedom can be taken from us in a heartbeat. But as long as we continue to enlist people into the United States Air Force, we will continue to ensure that that will never happen here in the United States of America. Enlistees, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me, according to the regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you so much to the young men and women. If you would please remain standing. Please remain standing with your hats removed, presenting the colors, Robbins Air Force Base Honor Guard, and singing the national anthem, Sarah Earps and Sharon Emery.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much, Sharon Earp, Sharon Emery, the Robbins Air Force Base Honor Guard, of course, Kanata Crumbly, the oath of enlistment, and the young men and women wearing blue shirts. Hey, Atlanta, I got to ask you, are you ready to meet your top 16 drivers? Make some noise! All right, kick things off with the first car parked, coming to us from Southern California. This gentleman is out to have some fun. He's got a smile on his face. He even played his side skirt like a guitar. The Evil AutoWorks, Prisma Labs, Nissan 370Z. It is Jeff Jones. Moving on down the line, he is your three-time Formula Drift champion, original of Doylestown, Pennsylvania, now living in Southern California. The NOS Energy Drink GT Radial, all new Nissan Z, Chris the Force Forsberg. Next up, coming to us from Japan, spent a lot of time here in his VR-powered 86, the ISR Performance Up Garage GT Radial vehicle from Japan, Kazuya Taguchi. Next up, this gentleman coming to us from the Dominican Republic in a brand new vehicle here in the 2022 season, Gerdo Metodam Toyota GR Corolla. It is Jonathan Castro. This gentleman coming to us from the Pacific Northwest. Speed reader, this gentleman, Walmart greeter, he does it all. This man is a man of many talents. He's got the biggest smile on his face right now. That's right, make some noise for the one, the only Link Engine Management, Travis Reeder Motorsport GT Radial BMW. It is Travis Reeder. Moving on down the line, a brand new Heritage livery with the Pennzoil. He is dressed for success, bow tie, built for success. He is here in the top 16. Make some noise for the one, the only Ferrari out here in competition, Federico Sceriffo. Up next, moving on down the line, he's got his brand new wife next to him. Congratulations. He worked hard after Long Beach, and now here he is. Here's your #1 qualifier, Falcon Tire, Drift Cave, Heatwave, Lucas Oil, Corvette, the Beast from the Bay, Matt Field. Next up, this man is housing that Johnny Cash energy. The man dressed in black, and he is going for it. In that Power Motorsports S15, coming to us from Port Jeff Station, New York, it is the one, the only, Mike Power! Next up, this gentleman comes to us from Don't You Know, Minnesota. He's got the Koenig wheels, Facetto Nissan 350Z. It is Alec Robbins. A new introduction in the Turk family. Him and his lovely wife Shannon have their new baby boy, and he's going to celebrate like he potentially did in Long Beach, debuting that all-new Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla on Ditto tires. Make some noise for your current point leader, Ryan Turk. The molded one is up next. Party out front, business up, party out back, business up front. Let's make some noise for him. In that Rad Industries Gear Wrench GT Rail Toyota Supra, the smile says it all. Make some noise for Radical Dan Burkett. This gentleman would love to blow out the candles courtesy of his United States Air Force BMW, as he just turned 18 years old on Thursday. From Las Vegas, Nevada, United States Air Force, Sorensen Motorsports, BMW, it is Brandon Sorensen. If you would, please say howdy and let's get rowdy with the Pennzoil BC Racing Mustang RTR Spec 5D on Ditto tires. It is Chelsea Denofa. Some more Ford Mustang for your diet, courtesy of that signature teal and blue Falcon Tire livery. Originally from Kalamazoo, Michigan, now it's moving a little closer that way out there in Utah, but let's make some noise for him. We love him, you know him. Make some noise for Falcon Tires, Ford Mustang, Lucas Oil, JTP, Justin Pawlak. Next up, some more teal and blue for your diet. This gentleman is going for a championship. He knows he's right there. He's ready to fight for it. He's got his daughter with him. Make some noise from Falcon Tire, Field Suspension, S15. It is Odie Bakchis. And last but definitely not least, you got the gold nose, and that means he's got the gold, the biggest trophy of them all. He is your defending Formula Drift 2021 champion. In that Rockstar Ditto Tire Toyota GR Corolla from Norway, Frederick the Norwegian Hammer Aasbo. There are your top 16 drivers. Make some noise, Atlanta. Let's blow this place up and make some noise. Thank you, guys and gals, children of all ages. There are your 16 gladiators ready to go to battle here at this iconic track where the red clay dirt meets the asphalt of Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta. We've been coming here since 2004, the birthplace, the womb of Formula Drift. The keyhole, the horseshoe, was paved back in 2004 for the Formula Drift Championship. And we have absolutely celebrated every year. So great to be back here at this iconic track as the pilots get behind the wheels of their trusty steeds. Let's take a look back at our top 32 highlights. Ryan Lontaine, as we grab a seat here. Ryan Turk, very impressive. You know, people are asking me, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think, Ryan?
Well, he's put together some really clean runs, and he's not making many mistakes and that tends to be what will take somebody to the top of the podium. So if he keeps that up, he might have to go up against Aasbo here, who's usually doing the same thing. So we got Matt Field. I'm sure his car is looking a lot better than it was during this battle, but a few pieces were missing after a collision that he had. But he's pretty aggressive and also pretty accurate as well. We got some really great runs here.
Alec Robbins got knocked out. Dude, what do you think of Chelsea Nova? He didn't need to do that. That was just a buy run. Do you think that's the shape of things to come?
Well, he did that in qualifying, and now he did it in his top 32 buy run, and we'll see what happens in competition here as we go into 16. It'll be his actual first competition run here, so we'll see what happens, how he's able to throw down a run like that repeatedly. Of course, we've got Jess Jones playing the side skirt guitar. And, you know, Jeff Jones is looking really strong as well, the driving that he's putting together here.
The Royal Purple Top 16, that's how it shapes up. My man Henry's over here, and he's a big Formula Drift fan. And Henry, is there anything you want to say to the fans out here?
Send it.
That's right. That's my man. Look at that. That's you. That's what's going on right there. Thank you so much for joining us, man. You ready to go? You ready to party? Let's send it. Born to run, born to fun. Let's go. Top 16, Royal Purple Top 16 is upon us. Thank you guys and gals so much as we are getting our drivers staged and ready. We'll bring in a special guest as we are bringing in our Staff Sergeant representing the United States Air Force. And there we go, Staff Sergeant Miller. You got a smile on your face, bigger than this track, man. Let's make sure the people could see you. We're gonna throw this thing on right there, and we are good to go. I just met you, Staff Sergeant, and man, you're glowing. Are you a car guy or what?
No, I'm not a car guy. This is my first time here. Like this.
Why are you glowing so much?
This is amazing. Like this is. I'm just in awe.
That's fantastic. Well, that's good. Yeah. Not to put you on the spot, but hey, thank you for the United States Air Force, your guys, support of the Formula Drift Championship, and of course, thank you for the support in what I think is the best country in the world. I'm American, and I do believe that, and I just want to thank the United States Air Force. What do you do at the United States Air Force?
So I'm a recruiter for recruiting for the Air National Guard.
Cool, awesome. And where are you based out of?
Right here out of Dobbins.
Okay, Dobbins.
Right here in Atlanta.
Yeah,
yes,
that's right here. It's
awesome.
right in the mix.
Yeah.
Well, how can one find out more information about getting to the United States Air Force? Because it's not just about, obviously, planes and technicians. And there's so many other components and job placements and career opportunities.
Well, first they can go to airforce.com and you can look us up and look up the many different job opportunities that we have with the United States Air Force, and also you can visit the Air National Guard website as well. Yes.
Awesome. And I mean, what car do you like out here the most? Have you picked one yet?
Oh yeah. I gotta go with my boy Brandon. I gotta be biased.
Okay. Yeah. Brandon Sorensen, he's talking about United States Air Force sponsoring both him and his sister Amanda Sorensen, who's competing in pro spec competition. Anything else you want to add at all, man? I mean, thank you so much.
I appreciate y'all, and go Air Force.
All right, I like that. Well, thank you so much. Staff Sergeant Miller, thank you. And again, we're about to get on into it. This is the AutoZone Road to the Championship presented by Type S. Again, this famous track, it's about to go down. Top 16, the Royal Purple Top 16. I'm Jared Deanna, Ryan Lontaine. We got our judges, Chris Ewell and Brian Eggert. We're going to scrutinize absolutely every run. Thanks for joining us when we come back.
Link is the engine management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win, pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support are performance specialists, available 24 hours and ready to talk one-on-one about your winning formula. Link ECU, the performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
How does one car going wild in a mall help us tell the GR story?
You're right.
We need more cars.
what it sounds. More when I was not around. Certain people that I know.
E-Town Gambler, boys.
Ken requires Supercharged V8 right there. And the film of Lost in the Smoke jumps out. Front flip, Visco out of the smoke. Alessio starting to put the pressure on. Alex Yeager making his presence known. Reach Whiteman right there trying to tap behind Chris Stevens.
You ready to lose?
Ultra high performance, engineered for predictable handling and stability, the RT660 provides maximum traction both on and off the track. Your competitive edge has arrived with the Falcon Zenith RT660.
For those who don't settle when others do, who will give everything but won't give up. For those who believe in unlimited while others limit themselves. Those who are set free by performance and believe innovation can take you anywhere.
Formula Drift is brought to you by Link ECU, Link Engine Management, official ECU of Formula Drift. K&N, the official performance filter of Formula Drift. Ford. Nitto.
Well, I'll tell you what, the conditions are ideal. It feels like the air is dense. It's a little brisk. I see some people in flip-flops and tank tops, some people in full-on jeans and hoodies. But this makes it's dry. Let's just leave it at that. A little brisk, but overall, I think these are ideal conditions for a great event. So with more on the conditions, I'm going to throw it down to our other representative here, part of our broadcast team, Lorette Nickel. Lorette.
Jared, thank you so much. And as you were talking about, weather here is a huge factor in Atlanta. And as we're going from the daytime sunny temperatures tonight, the track temps are dropping. So I was talking to a few of the drivers, and I've discovered that everyone has a part of the track that's complicated for them. Some are saying coming up the hill blind into inner one into outer two is really tough. Others are saying that outside zone 1 to outside zone 2 is very challenging. They all said the telltale sign of a very grippy track is if drivers can fill all outer zones and have their setup dialed. Guys?
Thank you so much, Lorette. Thank you so much. And yeah, it's interesting as far as how everything works out for different drivers. But speaking of different drivers, battles to watch, Ryan. What are you thinking? I mean, you got to think that taking a look at the brackets, you know, you got Aasbo, going against JTP. Who else kind of stands out in your mind as far as these battles?
Well, Turk and Sceriffo. Scerifo's been doing a lot better in that Ferrari now, so he's able to get the speed going up the hill that you would expect. Denofa and Sorensen should be exciting. You know, Burkett and Power as well. Castro and Forsberg. Castro's looking awesome in that GR86. So again, up against Forsberg in his new car. And then we've got Field and Robbins as well. Like all of them, really. Reeder Jones. You look at every single battle;
yep.
they're all looking exciting.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. But again, the elements are the track, and I really think that equity is really where it lies. Who's really familiar with this course? As we take a look at the momentum zones, the touch and goes, walk us through.
Yeah, these are going to play a big part, Jared, going forward, getting the car slowed down in the right spot and getting back on throttle as soon as possible. So that first momentum zone is key. They're coming down the hill at about 100 miles per hour, getting the car sideways, and then they need to get back on the throttle as quickly as possible. Same thing coming up to the top of the horseshoe as well. Now the decel light will come into play a little more maybe now that the you know, it's getting a little bit darker. We're going to be into nighttime competition here. So that decel light the computer in there is going to measure the decrease in speed over time, and if the decrease in speed is too great over a short period of time, that light will come on and it'll trigger that decel light, and it's a red light above the windshield, so it's a little bit of a light strip, like an LED strip, just so everybody knows what to look for. That doesn't get activated by the brakes themselves, just gets activated when the car actually slows down too much over a short period of time.
Yep. All right, so the decel light, you know, we've been accumulating some info and some communique over the last 2 years. Here is, we got Smash out here running the FPV, so here is a bird's eye view coming down, and you really don't see how much that is downhill, but then going up to that horseshoe, and again, you're talking about off camera, you're going uphill and then back down. So bunch of undulations here regarding this track, and it's very deceiving. Either you're playing on a Tuerck drift or you're seeing it from the stands or you're seeing it from home. It is a large elevation change from front to back, side to side.
It sure is, and we've got all the zones painted, you know, temporarily. We used flour. I'm sure everybody watched us doing that earlier. But it allows us to get some markings down on the ground here because Road Atlanta does not allow us to put actual paint on the surface. So watching the course preview here, you can see the car getting the angle, going by inside clip 1. The tires can go on the rumble strip there, no problem. Going up the hill, we prefer they don't go on the rumble strip, stay on the pavement. We want the tires either on the pavement or rumble strip there on outside zone 1. Outside zone 2, no rumble strip there. You want the tires on the edge of the pavement, nice and close to inside clip number 2. And then as the car transitions here, don't run over the grass on the inside and get the front bumper hanging over the rumble strip as they come down the hill at the touch and go. Transition the car for the final inside clip number 3, and then finish wide driver's left. And we do have the finish line painted over there as well. So we do have a lot of different aspects here that you can see very easily. It's very distinguishable whether or not that driver is in the box, not in the box. So that helps us when the lead driver's in the box and you can see the chase driver way inside. It's very apparent, so it gives us a quick visual.
All right, so again, taking another perspective, another look at it. Here are Rockstar Energy Drink keys to victory. Big exciting initiation, come in hot, lead car, maintain the momentum, and that's talking going uphill as well. Lead car has to be on throttle, uphill through outside zone 1, and that's where that rumble strip, as you said, and then the chase car has time to their move. Chase car has to time their movements, exactly, sorry. And then, of course, just to, you know, link it all together. And far left, and we saw a little incident earlier, but looks like we are ready to throw cars in our Pedal Commander burnout box and see our first battle of top 16. Stage should be Matt Field, your #1 qualifier, going against Alec Robbins. Alec Robbins, who qualified 17th, going against Mr. Field. So, and again, it seemed that, you know, seeing Matt Field in the driver intros, it seemed that he's very grateful. He's got his new wife by his side. He's kind of like, man. He, you know, saw him on social media. He was really giving praise to all of the Drift Cave employees and his team. Let's just call it his team, not employees, but everybody working together to get that car back on the track.
All the cavemen came together and worked hard. The car looked like nothing had happened in top 32. It looks like it's all back together, presentable, and looks like a Corvette again. So he's in the burnout box now. You can see all the panels back on, the headlights are back in, and he's ready to go. And of course, he's going up against Alec Robbins.
Alec Robbins, that's right. Robbins from Minnesota, and cut his teeth in Midwest Drift Union years ago, and in the kind of the Pro-Am, went through Pro Spec, formerly Pro 2, and now in Pro, and definitely a force to be reckoned with. A fast, very fast drifter, but he's going against, again, a lot of confidence on his side. #1 qualifier, got on the box at round 2, or excuse me, out round 1. He'd like to do it again here at round 2.
Yeah, and once you're in top 16, everybody's already won a battle. So, you know, everybody's on their game. They've already, you know, defeated another driver in competition here. So the stakes are only getting higher, and the difficulty level is definitely getting higher as well.
And I can tell you, for those that aren't here in the building, electricity just down in the pits. You know, if you haven't been to Road Atlanta, where the track's at, up in the Drift Arena, you have to walk down to the pits, quite a significant hill. So the fans they really have to work for it. And saw a lot of fans like, who do you think? What do you think? They're constantly inquiring, and just the electricity here, it's palpable. It's fun, man.
It is. I'm looking forward to top 16. This is going to be a wild one.
Here we go. Our first battle, top 16, here at Road Atlanta, the AutoZone Road to the Championship, presented by Type S. Lights extinguish. And I was going to say, it did look like he jumped it slightly, just barely, so slightly. So Matt Field, just back it up. So again, the chase car can jump the light. Looks like Matt Field jumped it just barely before it extinguished, but it was a nanosecond. So just hold.
You can't fool Matt Sopa.
No, Matt Sopa on a ropa, dude. He keeps it clean, man. That's what he does.
Eagle eye Sopa up there. He will catch you early, late, hit a cone, boom, lights on.
And there we go. Now we got a clean start. Make sure he doesn't hit a cone. Just one strike against Field, and now we got a clean start. Come on, Matt Field, Alec Robbins. Send it, boys. Matt Field coming to that first inside clip. Alec Robbins. Do you see how he pays? Oh, wow, a big rotation there. Alec Robbins got a little thrown off, but Matt Field, whoa, Robbins overshoots. Robbins goes way off course. I can't say I've ever seen anybody go that far off on that side of the course. Yeah, that was sensational. I want to back that. I was kind of, I don't know if you saw it, but basically when Field initiated, Robbins kind of paced himself back a little bit. It threw him off, but Matt wasn't the cleanest going into outside zone 1, and then exit stage left. Alec Robbins finds himself going through the kitty litter, the grass, and all of it.
Yeah, that rumble strip on the driver's left going up through outside zone 1 is no joke. There's a huge drop off behind it. There's a channel that they've made in concrete to let the water flow down there. So if you drop a tire there, it's big trouble. So right here, this is where Alec Robbins got in trouble. He went wide after inside clip 1, and right there you can see he dropped off the outside of that rumble strip, which it's a gnarly spot back there. Last year when they first, or maybe it was 2 years ago when they first looked at that outside zone. So right here, Field's coming through inside clip. Alec goes wide here, drops the tire. Matt Field drops the tire, but then Alec goes really wide, goes off course, and that's a big drop off behind that rumble strip. So that can damage your car.
So watch, you see him go, sorry to cut you off. Watch, he goes deep right, and then it throws him off. He's like, oh, I'm going to catch up. And then
he throttled up, but ended up way off the course. So just made that mistake on initiation, got on the wrong line, coming through inside clip 1, and ended up going wide beyond inside clip 1. You want to be about mid-track after that inside clip 1 area, but he ended up way off, dropped a tire, and then his whole run fell apart from that point on.
So essentially, there was no contact being made. That was just Alec in the chase position going off course. And if he was kind of on course, Matt would have had to shut it down. But yeah, so yeah, let's see what's going on here. And talking to the team up here, that back right.
Both of them, it looks like both rears are probably flat right now. Both tires debeated because it is a massive drop off there, and he's getting towed off. You can see the left rear, and we already saw the right rear. So he will have to call a competition timeout here to repair his car, and I believe if he changes tires, then Matt Field will be able to change tires as well. This is tire debeating due to a big course off like that. This is not exactly a situation where we wouldn't allow the tires to be new tires to be put on. This is a legit situation where that's required. So you can see that big off right there. It's not an area where you want to drop a tire over the rumble strip. It's pretty gnarly there. Hopefully he doesn't have any more damage to the car. It's just the tires. But you can see right there, he went wide after inside clip 1, dropped that tire right there, ends up on the rumble strip, tire off on the inside with the front right as well, and then his line is just completely wrong, and then he ends up going off here over that rumble strip, over the drain channel, and then ends up in the grass.
Yeah, he went ham the whole time from start to finish.
Yeah. Matt Field's initiation gets out wide to the edge of the track. A little bit of a bobble there, but nothing that would cause Alec Robbins to do this. I believe Alec Robbins was just on the wrong line going through there, and it set him up for disaster, really.
Alec Robbins got out of his car, waved to the crowd, and then jumped back in as he's going to head to his hot pit area. Throw some fresh rubber on there and hopefully get him back out here. Matt Field's already back up to the line. He's waiting, I think, just waiting for the outcome of. So when we get Alec Robbins off, when we come back, we'll continue on here at Road Atlanta.
You try Pedal Commander, you'll feel oh yeah.
official sponsor of Formula Drift. Join the social app for car enthusiasts. Watch exclusive FD clips powered by Throttle. Join the social app that brings together car lovers from across the globe. Go full throttle and download the app now.
You ain't gotta see me come and keep me on your mind. 'Cause I be on the way. Yeah. You know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on the way. Yeah. I'm on the way. On the way. Yeah. On the way. I'm on the way. I'm on the way. Sleeping.
Made in Japan. Breed.
Your future in high-performance motorsports begins at the University of Northwestern Ohio.
There is no other school like UNOH to teach you the things, not only for Monster Jam, but for the hot rod community.
With 70% hands-on learning, no out-of-state tuition, and top-of-the-line instructors, you'll go from learning to earning with the industry leader in motorsports education.
I love waking up to come to school.
This facility here has all the tools and instructors and knowledge that you need to go out and be successful in the field.
Your journey to the fast lane begins at UNOH.
Formula Drift is brought to you by BC Racing, the official suspension of Formula Drift. Go for gold. Falcon Tire. Turk Drift, the official blockchain game of Formula Drift.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Drift Prep. I'm Dylan Hughes. This is the technical director of Formula Drift, Kevin Wells. So we're down here at our shop at Costa Mesa, California, and this is the bottom side of my competition E46. So one thing that I want to touch base on is wheel speed. That is very, very important for us when it comes to drifting. So for me, it's probably the most important tool as far as getting my car set up for a new track, right? So we ran Long Beach a couple weeks ago, and heading into Atlanta, completely different track. This is a very, very, very helpful tool for us, and I'm very picky about it. With this differential, this is a 10-inch ring gear, and this back cover right here, it houses 2 gears. So what it does, the drive shaft comes in, it has a big solid shaft, and it spins this gear on the bottom, which spins this gear on the top, which spins the ring and pinion. So what we can do is we can have different size gears that we can very easily swap out, and we can change this car's overall speed dramatically. So I can run anything. I can make this car do 250 miles an hour if I want to, or I can make this car do 60 miles an hour maxed out if I want.
Well, when you change the gears, how sensitive are you to those mile-an-hour changes?
I mean, to be honest with you, since I'm so picky with it, I can really, truly notice 2, 3, 4 mile an hour wheel speed change. Once you get a couple laps down on the track and you have your line and you know how loaded up the engine's gonna be on certain parts of the track, I notice quite a bit. If you were to change it without telling me, I'd be like, wait a second, is the nitrous not working? Is the boost turned down? Like, what's the deal? So this is about half of the gears that I bring with me to the track every time. So with these are sold as a set. So you can't mix and match these. You kind of got to keep them. They belong with each other. You can't be mixing and matching. So the car would go way faster overall mile an hour wheel speed, and then this would be much slower mile an hour wheel speed. So kind of cool, pretty sweet. I'm probably more picky about wheel speed than anything. The shocks can kind of be whatever, the sway bars can kind of be whatever, and I'm gonna complain about this the most. But that's just me, you know what I mean?
But at least that's kind of a good thing, because that's an easy change.
Sure.
And you know instantly if it worked right, versus you might have to put a few laps down for a shock change to know if you'd like it better.
Sure, right. And with our 12-lap rule, you know, we don't want us to be going through too many tires, so we all get 12 laps of practice. So you got to figure out your setup as quickly as you possibly can. So this is just a really, really good tool that we can use. And this is obviously not something you would find in a street car. Pretty legit race car stuff, but you know, it's one of those deals. You got to have the right tools if you want to play.
Right,
you know?
especially if you want it to survive.
Exactly,
You know?
exactly.
Well, hello everyone. Alec Robbins in his car. I'm with him down here, and 2 D-beads. Do you know where that happened and why?
I'm not 100% sure. We came in hot in the first corner and dropped the right rear off of the right side over there, and then went over and then dropped the left side on the other, going up the hill. So I'm not sure if we D-beaded the one on the first drop and then D-beaded the other when we dropped on the other side, or what exactly happened. But yeah, we just came in a little hot and overshot the shot the corner. So.
Track conditions there, how are they for you?
They felt really good, actually. Very comparable to qualifying last night. So yeah, it's been feeling really good out there. Yeah.
Alec, thank you very much. And as I'm looking at Trey Taylor here, we're having a conversation with Alec on what's going on. So sounding like he is being allowed to put 2 new tires on, guys.
All right, thank you so much, Lorette. Get an update there from Alec Robbins as we are continuing to look at the replay there. And the judge is still conversing in regards to basically the spirit of the rule in regards to de-beading and tires running low tire pressure, and just basically they don't want somebody to run super low tire pressure and be able to replace their tires if they de-bead. But where Alec went off was pretty deep, and we'll find out if they're going to let him replace the tires and move on, or just not have him replace them at all. So as now we are seeing Jeff Jones. That is Jeff Jones warming up his tires, and he's going against Travis Reeder. So Travis Reeder, Jeff Jones. And as we get our next pair sized up here, what's the update with Robbins and his tire situation?
Yeah, they're determining where the debead happened. The debead rule was essentially initiated a few years ago to avoid drivers putting very low amounts of air in their tires and then debeading just by drifting around the course. And we were trying to dissuade them from doing that. It slows down the show. It's a little bit silly, you know, in terms of debeading happen that way. Yeah. But if there's a collision with a wall or a track surface, so let's say the rumble strips, if you go off like Robbins did and you debead, then the rules should allow you to change your tires as it's a really rough surface you went over, and it didn't impede on the spirit of the rule, which was running low pressure. So
you are letting them replace both rear tires?
Well, that's being debated right now because of being not sure. They're not sure, the tech side aren't sure where the tire debeaded originally, and even Alec Robbins referred to that while he was talking to Lorette.
All right, here we go, moving on to our next battle. We'll revisit that Robbins situation as Travis Reeder, Jeff Jones initiate into that first inside clip. And Reeder goes way off, some gravel being sprayed, but Jeff Jones, look at that composure. Jeff Jones stays right there behind Reeder. Big angle there from both the drivers. The gravel machine gun of Travis Reeder. Travis Reeder, the street sweeper, coming all the way through. A nice job, man. Hats off to Jeff Jones. I mean, he saw him right there, but he kept it on the asphalt and not affected by that gravel machine gun in front of him, courtesy of Travis Reeder. That was solid.
Yeah, composure is the right word, Jared. The way that Jeff Jones just stayed completely calm behind Reeder, even though Reeder went really wide there on from the inside clip 1, trying to get up the hill. So you can see here, he missed inside clip 1 completely, just overshot that area. But Jeff Jones doesn't skip a beat. He just transitions the car and gets right back behind Reeder as Reeder rejoins the course. So really great job from Jeff Jones in the chase position, just reading the situation and seeing where Reeder was going to go, and he just positioned himself in the perfect spot there in the chase position. So great job by Jeff Jones. And you can see Reeder recovers really well. He ends up filling majority of outside zone 1 and does a pretty good job on outside zone 2 as well. You can see he left it right where it was supposed to leave, crossed inside clip 1 right across the front of it like he's supposed to. So incredible job from Travis Reeder after making such a big mistake that it could have been pretty chaotic. You know, maybe a few inches more and he would have been in that dirt trap there, gravel trap, and been stuck.
Yeah, that paid off in dividends for Jeff Jones. It was impressive and composed. So well done there. As now let's see Jeff Jones out front, clean air minus that front bumper, and Reeder. Surprised he's still got that back bumper on there, man. After he ripped through that gravel. Here goes Jeff Jones, the Type S lights on the front end there. You can see him lighting them up. A lot of handbrake there coming in. That is a decel area. That is allowed. Big angle, snappy transition from Jones. Now Reeder coming up the hill. Both of them powering up into that second outside zone. Reeder really all over Jeff Jones. Dives in, Ryan, you talked about that early on. Don't go off course when you're exiting the horseshoe.
Oh,
no.
no.
And Jeff Jones, Reader contact. Reader goes off.
Oof.
Tires are gone. Yard sale.
Haven't
Population, Reader, and
haven't heard that one in a while.
Jones. Yeah.
Yard sale.
Yeah, there's a lot of parts out there. Barely used, new in the box. Oh, man.
It looked like Reader got into the side of Jones.
Yeah,
it looked like he was being aggressive. I mean, that's just, on first view of what happened, but we're going to have to watch a few replays here to determine exactly what happened. That was a great run from Jeff Jones in the lead position. He was doing exactly what he needed to do up there. Made it look really, really easy, and he looked really comfortable and confident. Travis Reader was putting on the pressure. He knew he had to because of the mistake he made on his lead run. So Jeff Jones, get him out of the car. He looks like he's moving around. Everything's fine. I don't think anybody was injured in that collision.
No.
Looking at the initiation, like you said, big handbrake from Jones, but Travis Reader's right there. Jeff Jones is running a beautiful line there early on. Great job on outside zone 1. Got into outside zone 2 a little bit late, but managed to fill the last 3 quarters of it, let's say. So let's watch the latter part of this track here. As Jeff Jones transitions, Travis Reader just shoots inside. Looks like he misjudged his transition through the smoke and got into the side of Jeff Jones. So Jeff Jones got collected there. It looks like from no fault of his own. Travis Reader was really aggressive in trying to put an exclamation point on his chase run. It looks like he just bumped him and ended up backing himself into the wall. Yeah, it's unfortunate. We'll get these cars towed off, and I guess the judges all have to make their decision now.
Yeah, Travis Reader booping the snoot there on the end of that final run. Just right here. So here it is. Ready, clink, and just pushes him. And headlights go flying. Trunks, oh boy. Zero chill, boys. I mean, what do you attribute this to? I feel like it's just, just aggressive. Everybody just wants it. Everybody wants it.
Yep. Driving hard, and he knew that he was at a deficit after his mistake in his lead run. So Travis had to put on the pressure. He had to be close. He dropped a tire or 2 there, leaving the horseshoe. And you could see he was trying to make some sacrifices to get close. He crossed through that smoke and potentially, just misjudged where Jeff was as he came through the smoke. Ended up making contact with his right rear and spinning him around.
Really unfortunate for Travis Reader, but Jeff Jones gets the win. And talking with his spotter, he talked to him earlier. I mean, Jeff Jones, this isn't the first incident he's had today. Earlier, we saw Jeff Jones go against Michael Essa, and we saw that front end get completely severed off. Yep. Well, a lot of the suspension companies, they create kind of crash points and like points where it will actually just snap and won't cause damage to the chassis. So that's exactly what happened. It broke in the necessary spots to not cause more damage. So they were actually stoked. They were able to change that suspension in that corner in just 2 minutes. So very stoked for Jones and his team. But Travis Reader knocked out. Jeff Jones finds himself on the back of a flatbed once again. So really earning it is Jeff Jones. Travis Reader knocked out.
Well, we did see some of this in round 1 as well, Jared. People, the drivers know they have to push really hard. They can't leave any room for interpretation when it comes to who won a battle, so they have to push as hard as they can. And sometimes you push just a little too far. You go a little over that line, you end up making contact with the other driver. And in this case, the one that hit the other driver is the one that ended up in the wall, which doesn't always happen. But Jeff Jones, I think, got away fairly lucky here.
Yep. All right, so we will get these cars off track and continue with the action here. And when we come back, we'll see more drifting. Only 2 battles in, and we've seen a couple tow trucks already. When we come back, some more Formula Drift action, the AutoZone Road to the Championship, presented by Type S. Here's a little insight from Kevin's Corner.
Welcome to Long Beach and our blowers and water. Cleaning up water on the track in sunny California.
3 hours later.
Sorensen. Just went out in front of me on the wall. Just cut some wires out of Dylan's car when he's not here.
just enough to scale. Look, we scuffed just the bumper molding and like less than a dime size of the bumper. That's the perfect amount. It is. It was nice. It was squishy and heck yeah, kept on going.
That was thrilling for you guys. It's a thrilling repair.
You guys really turned some wrenches there.
Anything exciting?
No. No.
It seems it would be fine leaving here, and then he'd idle it in there for a little bit, and it would just mess up. So yeah. Trying to.
It sounds like temperature related, but also seems mechanical. But then again, it also seems not mechanical.
No data.
To rewire the car front to back and replace everything and rebuild the car and just get a new car.
Build a new car, dude. This one's great.
Build a new car. Totally get a new car. I'll take this one home and take care of it for you. You don't need anything from this one.
No.
You don't want to bother yourself with those things.
Everything is bad.
Oh, it's the metal part. Can we not open it the whole way yet?
Oh yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, it's
caved in the fender underneath it. God. Adventures with Rome. How are you doing today? Good. How's the track?
It's drippy until out of build 3.
Really?
It's also extremely drippy compared to what I've ever had to drive, so it feels really good.
Awesome. So good news. Good decision. Hell yeah.
You in? Yeah. I don't think you're in. Can I take this one too? That's what she said. Let me both do this one. Let me both. Hey guys, you just have to put back the Allens on the gearbox side, and then we go.
Allen's on the gearbox side and we go.
All right, go.
I don't know what that means. Okay.
We don't have an exit here. It's not. Fuck you, it's fine. Then just need this slave mark. This is supposed to be
2 minutes. You break both axles?
Both CV joints in the same time.
Wow.
And the spline shattered in the hub, so it gave us that hard time. I had everything ready.
So you have to change the hub, or you just beat the splines out?
No, I beat the splines out, and now it looks like that spline is not grabbing.
Hello, hi. Meyer's probably going to call 5, so you'll be up sooner than you think. So whenever you want to roll, go for it. Awesome. Thank you.
You gotta take the first thing off.
And now probably take out.
How about you going the left person?
Aasbo. And guess what? I gotta give a shout out because you haven't seen the lead custom pins. That inside clip, but definitely.
All right, guys. See you soon.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Ron. Thank you.
All right.
Motor. I didn't tell Jeff, but I'll see that to see the porcelain. That was the cylinder next to it. That was one cylinder's not looking that happy. See, well, that's not good. There's a porcelain difference. Yeah. So I didn't say anything.
All right, there is Travis Reeder and Jeff Jones. They're wrapping out, and obviously we saw that Reeder went off the course. It's good to see them conversing about what transpired, and as we said, all these drivers are going for it. Just Brian, and you got to think the temperatures. We opened the whole show with Lorette talking about the conditions and the coldness, and how many times have they run in on the cold conditions? Not much.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I think that attributes to it. So what we're looking at now is the second half of the Matt Field, and Alec Robbins battle. So now Robbins will lead, and I'm assuming that Field. So Robbins, again, two new tires, and Field would be allowed to do 2 new tires, correct?
That is how I understand it, Jared. Yep.
All right. So as we would, we'll see Alec Robbins leading, Matt Field giving chase. A deficit here for Alec Robbins. And here we go. Robbins out front, Field in the chase position. See him initiate right there into that front clip. Now, Robbins really needs to put down a gangster run, and ideally he needs to have Matt Field make a mistake. You have to think about how big a mistake that was for Robbins going off course. It'd essentially be an incomplete if it was qualifying. Oh, and then Robbins goes off again. The plot thickens.
Getting thick.
Well, it's yeah. Unfortunately, it just yeah, just exploded. Well, yeah. That was weird.
Robbins is driving slowly back up. Don't know if there was an issue there mechanically. Here we go through inside clip 1. You can see the transition coming up the hill. Matt Field drops a tire on the rumble strip. Alec Robbins does a good job in OZ1. Outside zone 2, left a little bit early. Coming through the inside clip number 2 area, there, Field's putting on the pressure. Right here, it just looks like maybe
Axel again, that left.
Maybe Axel, yeah. Maybe there was more damage to his car than he anticipated from going off course earlier. But you can see it just looks like power stops being supplied to those rear wheels. Just not putting the power down anymore. Car straightens up. It wasn't, he wasn't in trouble there. He wasn't going to hit the wall or anything, but he caught it and stayed on the grass. All right. Yeah. Pretty cut and clear.
Yeah. Yep. So slide him left for Field, right for Alec Robbins. And Matt Field will be getting the win. He moves on. He'll be going against Jeff Jones in the Great 8. And that's how it shapes up. But that top left, Matt Field gets the victory. He'll move on. So we move on to Dan Burkett and Mike Power. Dan Burkett, who's driving out of his mind right now. Absolutely.
He looks really, really confident, comfortable. He's placing the car everywhere it needs to be. Good transitions. He's getting all the way up to outside zone 2. So he's placing the car in the right spots. Hopefully he can keep putting that together. And of course, Power needs to perform at that level as well. He's got to get up to that outside zone 2 and keep doing what he's doing, what got him here to top 16.
Yeah, and it seems that he did that against Dylan Hughes, but just refining a little better there because Dylan obviously had that issue too. So he, if you can recall, Dylan Hughes broke an axle. Again, couldn't fix it in time, so didn't make his competition timeout. Mike Power there waiting in the wings out back. And that will be him exiting out of that Pedal Commander burnout box and pulling up to the start line. We are just a few battles into the Royal Purple Top 16, hashtag FDATL. Let us know you're watching. Tag us at Formula D. Yeah, it's getting colder by the moment. The sun's not completely down. But that's going to add to the performance, or just the contact patch for these guys. Anything else to add, Ryan?
No, not really.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You covered it all, Jared.
Thank you. Dan Burkett, Rad Industries Gear Wrench, Toyota Supra, and Mike Power in his Power Performance, Power Motorsports S15. Let's see what we got, boys. Let's get a clean fight here. Dan Burkett leaves that start chicane. Make some noise, Atlanta. Come on, here we go. Dan Burkett, Mike Power coming into that first inside clip. Big angle there from Dan Burkett. Mike Power transitions through. Mike Power taking a way shallower line. Gets into the dirt. Dan Burkett, that's what you're talking about, Lantain. Whoa. Mike Power overshoots that second outside zone. Dan Burkett needs to continue on through the course. Mike Power struggling right now. One more turn for a massive advantage there for Dan Burkett. Again, Burkett is driving out of his gourd right now.
He's looking really solid out there, putting the car everywhere it needs to be. And Mike Power in the chase position there made a pretty big error. At initiation, they both look really solid coming through inside clip 1. On the transition, you can see Mike Power's decel light actually lit up on his windshield as he went off course a little bit. And then right there, that is, like we said earlier, a very tricky spot, getting up to that outside zone 2 without overshooting it or way undershooting it. It's a fine line you're walking when you get up to that edge of the track there. So as we transition here, you can see Mike Power dropping that tire, getting back on throttle, and maybe kind of overdoing it, trying to catch up, and then slowed down a little bit too late. Ended up going 2-3 tires off and then straightening up at that point.
All right, let's alternate the order. Mike Power will lead Dan Burkett. Strategy-wise here, what's going through his mind? He knows he has the advantage. Mike Power goes off. You really don't need to just, be right there with Mike Power, but you don't want to obviously have an inactive chase. I mean, we haven't seen one of those in years, but I think strategy-wise, Dan Burkett just needs to play it cool, and he's going to have the victory here as Mike Power had that major mistake. Power out front, initiates. He needs to throw down a solid lead run here as Dan Burkett. Look at, that's what, Mike's doing exactly what he needs to do. A little bit more composed. Burkett does take a shallower line, but mind you, Mike Power did not get all the way out to that second outside zone. And now into that final clip. Did Dan Burkett do enough? What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, I think that he did. Looking at Mike Power's run, even if you compare lead to lead, he didn't do as well. He didn't fill outside zone 2. But let's watch it here and kind of dissect it a little bit. He did get nice and close to inside clip 1. Did a good job there. Did drop a tire in that rumble strip, but nice and wide in outside zone 1. But did not get out to outside zone 2. Didn't get in the box at all. You can see in the chase position, Burkett's right there with him. Mike Power does pull away a little bit right here, but he does miss the touch and go, so he didn't get his bumper over the touch and go area as we'd like to see. So really, there's nothing to say that Dan Burkett would lose this one based on the incomplete that Mike Power had on his lead run, or his chase run, sorry.
And there we go. Dan Burkett gets the win and advances on. Dan Burkett advances on into the Great 8. So congratulations to Dan. And then next up, we got Jonathan Castro driving that Toyota GR 86 against Chris Forsberg in his brand new Nissan. Castro warming him up right there. All right, let's throw it down to Laurent Nickel, who's with Matt Field.
Matt, first of all, congratulations. Newly married, so much fun. Yes, loves it. Your car, I don't know, you can't seem to get out of events without being hit. What's going on back here?
I think that's just a testament to the sport nowadays. It's been a contact sport for a little while now, and it used to be a contact sport in the finals, then it was a contact sport in like the Final Four, and now you can expect it in top 32 because everyone is pushing the absolute hardest. Every battle is important. Everyone wants to win. You know, I get it. Yeah, I'm very fortunate that the guys glued her back together. There was not a whole lot of like suspension damage, just like the fender, the bumper, and the only bummer is that we just got it looking perfect again. But that's life, that's drifting, that's Formula Drift.
Yeah, that's what we do here. And obviously, #1 qualifier. This track really suits your style. Can you pinpoint to why?
You know, I think a little bit has to do that I grew up driving on mountain roads, and this to me is all about like flow. And they're blind corners, you have to trust that they're there. It really rewards commitment and being smooth, and that's similar on the mountain because I think if you don't have commitment and you're not smooth, usually you wind up over the side. This is a track that I struggled with for many, many years, and a couple of years ago it kind of clicked a little bit, and I really enjoy it, and the reason why I enjoy it so much is because when you're going up the hill, you're freaking boogieing, and then you have a big chance of flying off and ending your night.
Thanks, Chelsea. Yeah, Matt, thank you so much for your time. Best of your luck moving.
All right, here we go with our next battle. So next battle, Jonathan Castro, Chris Forsberg. Castro qualifying 5th, Chris Forsberg qualifying 12th. Both these gentlemen with brand new cars for the 22 season. Castro, Journeau Metaldom GR86. Chris Forsberg in his brand new, all-new Nissan Z. Castro initiates. Chris Forsberg knocking over that cone, no big deal there. Now coming up the hill, Castro, Forsberg hitting that what is to be the touch and go into that second outside zone. Goes Castro, Forsberg right there. Oh, look at that. Forsberg right there on the door of the Toyota 86. Now coming back down, the pressure being applied. Now bringing it around that final inside clip. Woo, Doctor, look at that. Solid run. That was absolutely gangster. How they did not have contact coming out of outside zone 2 into that second front clip is beyond me.
Yeah, look at this initiation, really well timed by both drivers. Forsberg's right there with Castro, but look at Castro in the lead position, where he's positioning his car, where he's feeling like looking very settled. The car looks really, he looks very confident in that car. He's getting all the way out to outside zone 2, fills it really well. Forsberg, I don't know if there was a little rub there coming into inside clip number 2. We'll see right here. So close, inches away. As he transitions coming down the hill, doesn't drop a tire, gets nice and tight on Castro's door. This is high-level stuff, Jared. This is top 16 right now, and we're running battles. You know, the level of competition is like top 4 already, so this is amazing.
Really, really well done by both the drivers. And like you say, Castro in that car, I talked to him briefly during halftime break between 32 and 16. He says, I love the car. It's so good, just out of the box. Just feels so comfortable, so just confident with it, like you said. Here we go. Let's alternate the order. Chris Forsberg will lead. Jonathan Castro giving chase. Let's see what Forsberg's got with that clean air. And Castro drops into formation. Oh, a little cross the nose there. I don't know if Castro gave him enough room. Ooh. And look at that as Forsberg initiates Castro taking a shallower line into that first outside zone. Now approaching the second inside zone. Castro dives in. Now he's applying the pressure. He bangs on the door of Forsberg. Forsberg stays in and Castro fighting to hang on. And one more clip makes some noise for Forsberg and Castro. I think just out of the gate, unfortunately, Castro was a little too close for comfort and did not allow his swing to go across the front end of that GR86.
It all fell apart for Castro on initiation. You see there, he's way inside. You need to leave space for the lead driver to initiate. And it looked like Castro was a little bit too close. And the way Forsberg comes across the track threw him off. And you can see it threw him off in a big way. You can see there on that downhill touch and go as he comes up, he ran over the cones, was off track considerably, didn't fill outside zone 2. So look, Castro's on the inside here and he's really bobbling, moving around, tires off, another couple of tires off there. So Castro, unfortunately, that positioning at initiation, it just cost him the battle, I would say. It looks like he was really in the wrong place there, and it's going to be really hard to for us to give, I don't know, you made a lot of mistakes there. You can see those decel lights flashing on and off as well as the drivers are going through the course. The track is very dirty at the touch and go, so you can see Forsberg probably slowing down a little bit there to avoid going off course as he drives over all that dirt, and you can see the light popping off as he was coming down. Right there.
I know Chris was talking about just the highest horsepower VR. I mean, that thing's got a ton of horsepower. But hey, hat tip to Jonathan Castro. Love the driving. Very exciting to watch. Make some noise for him, Jonathan Castro. But Chris Forsberg gets the win, advances on. So Forsberg versus Dan Burkett in the Great 8. We're halfway through the top 16 at Street Hunter Kit on that all-new Nissan Z, and that Toyota GR86 is retiring for the weekend. We'll see that vehicle and the driver, of course, in Orlando just a few short weeks.
It's really exciting to see all these drivers with new cars doing so well, so quickly. It's just the whole season's going to be crazy. This is only round 2, and we're already seeing this level of competition, the collisions, the action. They're just pushing so hard.
Yeah, it is pretty wild. I mean, here we are, Brandon, at the AutoZone Road to the Championship. So I think that's a testimonial to, you know, every round counts. You know, with 8 rounds in the Pro Championship and 4 in the Pro Spec. But talking about drivers, talking about packages and what they have together, a driver that's made a lot of noise and has just always got a smile on his face, Rome Charpentier.
You're here with Rome Charpentier. I'm the pilot of the Garagistic E36 in Formula Drift Pro 1. The hardest part about Formula Drift Pro 1 would probably be the mental, actually. I think everyone here can flat out drive, hands down. So mentally, it would be getting your mindset in the right spot and really executing the plan that you have set up going into the event. Looking forward-wise, my strategy for the year is really just consistency. I believe after watching last year's championship winner Aasbo get to the end, it was really consistent. And I think consistency is a strong suit that I can play on and continue to grow a great program from there. So what I love about being a pro driver is that we get to inspire many all over the world to go after their goals and dreams and really chase their passion.
Formula Drift is brought to you by Toyota, let's go places. Royal Purple, the official engine oil of Formula Drift, the synthetic expert. Rockstar, the official energy drink of Formula Drift.
Halfway through our top 16, our next battle can see one of the vehicles poised at the top of the hill, and that is Chelsea Denofa. Chelsea Denofa is going to be going against birthday boy Brandon Sorensen, who just turned 18 years old this last Thursday. Chelsea Denofa piling that Pennzoil Mustang RTR Spec 5. Brandon Sorensen in the United States Air Force, Sorensen Motorsports BMW. I think it should be a fun one. Kind of, you know, Chelsea just has gained so much equity over the years, and getting, you know, with every turn and burn, getting used to that RTR Mustang he has. I mean, he's a championship contender. Brandon Sorensen, you know, coming in just a few short years ago, and a real talent, somebody to watch. Here we go. Chelsea Denofa will lead. Now keep in mind, Chelsea, your number 2 qualifier, goes across the nose of that BMW, initiating into that first front clip. There goes Denofa. Brandon Sorensen, he tucks into that smoke of those Nitto tires, but he pulls away. Brandon Sorensen really lunging forward and does not get out to the outside zone 2, but he does allow, look at that proximity you see from Brandon Sorensen, but what, oh my goodness. Brandon Sorensen, the magician, absolutely disappears behind Denofa. Make some noise for Denofa and Sorensen.
Nice,
this again.
Yeah, nice flick initiation from Denofa there, but then he has that long handbrake pull. Coming up the hill, he's on throttle, very committed. On the rumble strip at outside zone 1, coming into outside zone 2. Could have been deeper in outside zone 2, but Sorensen's nowhere near it at all. So watching that initiation again, a little bit of a tap there on inside clip 1 from Denofa. Great job on zone 1. Could have been deeper in zone 2. Sorensen, of course, didn't, like I said earlier, didn't get near outside zone 2. Good job on inside clip 2 from both drivers. And then Denofa, nice job on the touch and go. Maybe a tire drop from both of them there on inside clip number 3 as they cross the finish line.
It did seem that on initiation, Chelsea had a little bit of correction there going into the inside clip. I think Brandon was far enough back where it didn't affect him, but that still just changes kind of the dynamics of the entirety of the run. And I did like how Brandon, you know, he knew he kind of got gapped there with Chelsea going to the outside zone 1. Brandon kind of accommodated for that and got closer to him, not obviously as deep, but Chelsea didn't get exactly the deepest into outside zone 2. Here we go, Brandon Sorensen now out front. Aim high, Air Force high, into that inside clip. Oh man, that was interesting. I want to look at different angles of that initiation into that first outside zone, into outside zone 2. Brandon has been absolutely killing that outside zone 2. And now exiting out of the horseshoe. There goes Chelsea in his safe place, transitioning right there next to Brandon. I want to take a look. I hope we got a drone shot on initiation.
Watching right there, you can see Chelsea tucking right inside, right in that pocket right there. Did back off a little bit. So let's watch it again from a different view. So Chelsea's on the inside. You can see Brandon running over that inside clip, just like Chelsea did on his lead run. Both of them in outside zone 1. It looks like Brandon didn't get quite as deep as Denofa did in outside zone 2, but I think Denofa did a better job in the chase of mimicking Brandon's line. He was deeper, he was as deep as Sorensen was, whereas Sorensen in the chase wasn't as deep. And then coming down the hill, Brandon did put a tire on the rumble strip there, and both of them come across the finish line pretty cleanly there in that area.
Yeah, just the initiation was just weird, and I don't think it helped Brandon any. I mean, Chelsea got to be really close on proximity, but it seemed that Brandon kind of handbraked in and just kind of went parallel with that left-hand turn, and then just powered out of it. But love the way, you know, Brandon is progressing. So let's take a look at the BC Racing side-by-side instant replay. BC Racing custom coilovers go for gold.
Yeah, looking at both of these runs, just focus on the proximity, focus on the line that both drivers are running. It looks like Chelsea did go a little deeper in 2. And then right there on the transition, Chelsea's closer, Brandon's falling back a little bit. Look at Chelsea has more angle, definitely in the lead position on his lead run. And just cleaner, I think, in the chase position, car positioning, and mimic of the lead driver as well.
Okay, there is a side-by-side. Do we have a verdict? Waiting the outcome here between Denofa and Sorensen. And again, halfway through our top 16. Next up, we should be seeing Odi Bakchis and Kazuya Taguchi. Kazuya Taguchi, ISR Performance, Up Garage, GT Radial, 86.
I always find it interesting to look at the alignment on these cars and looking at Chelsea's car. We're pretty much dead center in the rear of the car, and you can see both front wheels because they're towed out. It looks like.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see on an oval how crazy the rear is, and I think we have our.
So one more time and one more time. So one more time, and so Ryan Lontaine, you sided with Chelsea Denofa. What's your reasoning there? You were outnumbered there. Majority rules, but
yeah, no, I went over it. The outside zone 2, running the chase. So the lead, I think outside zone 2 was better from Denofa, and then on the chase, I think his overall chase run was cleaner, better positioning of the car, and I think on the lead they both hit inside clip 1, but in the chase I think that it wasn't quite as clean from Brandon. He did drop a tire or 2 on inside clip 3 before the finish line as well.
All right, the cars are pulling to the line, but Eggert, real quick, your reasoning behind why you went the way you did. One more time.
Chelsea's initiation, he had the slight bobble, but it was also such a long e-brake coming down on it. We think it just looked twitchy watching it live, and you can see a little bit in the replay, but I feel like that kind of sets the pace for it, and it kind of threw Sorensen off, and I think that led to part of the gap in the chase for him. So otherwise, similar things when they were both in lead, though, but even Sorensen dropped the front tire at the inner clip 1, but it wasn't enough, I don't think, where that affected Chelsea in the chase.
Yeah, I think both of them could have cleaned it up. I think just get tidier on it, put a mint on the pillow, and say, peace, see you later. All right, so we'll revisit that one more time. Battle between Denofa and Sorensen. Right now it's Odi and Kazuya, Bakchis and Taguchi. Odi Bakchis will lead. Odi qualifying 7th, Taguchi qualifying 10th, so could be an equal match here. Look at Odi just absolutely rocketing out of that start chicane into that front clip. Bye. Wow. But look at Kazuya Taguchi. Nope. I got you. I got your number. Odi filling all of that second outside zone. Wow. 4th of July isn't for a few months, and Odi Bakchis really making some fireworks. That thing was firing off. Wow. Odi Bakchis, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde here. That thing just looked raucous. That was sick, man.
The one thing I want to look at here is Odi, his decel light came on at a touch and go coming up the hill, but of course it didn't affect Taguchi, I don't think, because he was too far back. Odi did a great job on zone 1 and zone 2, but right there, Taguchi is far on the inside, bumps Odi in the door, and then kind of parks himself a little bit and has to get back on throttle, but is definitely way behind in proximity after that bump on Odi's door. I don't think Odi did anything that he shouldn't have done there. I think Taguchi was on a tighter line, and it looked like it was his fault. So right here, as they come by inside clip 1, good job from Odi. You can see it. The decel light definitely came on there. So that was a big decel from him, but it gave Taguchi the opportunity to catch up. But then Taguchi doesn't get all the way out to outside zone 2, bumps into Odi's door, and falls off on proximity. He still stays in drift, though, so it won't be an incomplete, but it'll definitely be a deficit for a bit of an issue. That's going to be one of the things we look at when we compare chase to chase, what happened in that area. I don't think Odi did anything wrong. I think it was just Taguchi being a little aggressive and being on a tighter line.
Yeah, and it just seems that Odi's car is just a little more violent from what we saw earlier today, from tomorrow into right now. Just the car seems absolutely violent, and just the fire coming out, just everything. It just seems a little more, like I said, violent compared to what we've seen.
It's very loud, too. It's one of the cars. I think it's the only car that I have to plug my ears when he goes by if I don't have earplugs in. It's
Jonathan Hurst, really? Cash?
No.
All right, here we go. Kazuya Taguchi. Up garage, ISR performance. Looks like Taguchi was a little hesitant. He's shredding all of his bumpers off. Whoa! Look at that second zone. Odi. See, look at that just off camera. That angle there really showcases how you're kind of coming downhill and then just ripping through. My gosh. Taguchi looking like a burlesque show here, man. Just taking all the barks off. Right? Just like shredding all the bumpers, bro. Holy cow.
That was a heck of a lead run. He really threw it all out there. You can see him right on the rumble strip at initiation. Odie's nice and close, but Taguchi loses angle going by inside clip 1. He's not running a lot of angle uphill here either. Doesn't really pour it on either at the top of the hill. Right there as he's in outside zone 2 is where Taguchi finally pours on some angle. But I think that Odie in the chase position is doing a great job of trying to keep up. You know, he's doing what Taguchi's doing in the lead, mimicking pretty well. But look at Taguchi, kind of a lack of angle. Still a lack of angle here. Odie then gets nice and close, and then right there, Taguchi pours on the angle, coming by inside clip number 2.
Yeah, let's lay out and just listen to these beasts going toe to toe. Wow, that was pretty exciting. And Odie Bakchis gets the win. Odie Bakchis gets the win and advances on to the Great 8. How we doing out there, Atlanta? Make some noise. Want to make sure you're there. I can't see you. Just got these bright lights in our face and the Type S. Everybody pull out their phones real quick and turn on the lights. I just want to make sure that those work, because maybe we'll get Larry Chen to snap a photo of all of us. We'll take a selfie here, 2022. Wave him up there, and maybe we get to the Final 4 if there's a good battle. Get you all involved, because we're back in a grand fashion, right? Make some noise, Atlanta! All right, we got a moment here, so everybody keep your light on, but then put it down so you can't see it. Like, put it towards your chest or your stomach, okay? So we're gonna start a light wave here. We're gonna start it on the, where should we start it? Start it all the way down here. Can you see me over there? Right over there. Yeah, okay. You guys are going to start. It's going to come towards me. It's going to go all the way around, okay? On 3, you're going to start it down there, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Shine your light. Shine your lights. Come this way. Come this way. Let's see if you can do it. See, boom. There we go. All right, it's coming all the way around. It's coming your way on the other side. It's coming around. There we go. That's what's up. Keep it going. Can it make its way across the track? Oh, look at that. Lighting up the night. Look at this. Like fireflies. You guys are beautiful. Turned into beautiful butterflies. Keep it coming. Is it going to make its way all the way back? It goes up the hill, and now it's started back over again. Boom. Right to you. Oh, look at that. Totes adorbs. There we go. Everybody's got lightsabers. Your young Padawans turning into Jedis. Look at y'all. Look at that. Absolutely awesome. Keep it going and then end it, and then we're going to see our cars right back up on the start line. Here's our next battle. Frederick Aasbo, Justin Pawlak. Make some noise. Make some noise, Atlanta. Congratulations to you guys. That was awesome. So keep that in mind. Here we go, Aasbo and Pawlak. Aasbo, our defending champion, driving that Rockstar energy drink, Toyota GR Supra. I called it a Corolla earlier, by the way. Somebody's like, he drives. I know he drives a Supra. And JTP, Justin Pawlak, he did drive a Corolla for numerous years, so that's why it came out. But and I called Castro's car a Corolla as well, and it's an '86. So I'm not perfect. Not perfect.
I think you are, Jared.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
I think you are.
All right, well, here we go. JTP, Justin Pawlak. He's driving that Falcon Tires Ford Mustang. That's right. Here we go. The lights are coming on. They're about to be extinguished. This should be a good one. Here we go. Frederick Aasbo, JTP, Justin Pawlak, Nitto versus Falcon, Toyota versus Ford. Frederick Aasbo, guns a-blazing. The Norwegian Hammer comes out swinging into that first front clip. Now coming up the hill. Big angle there from Frederick Aasbo. Pulling away from JTP. Aasbo in that second outside zone. Justin Pawlak gets to the side of him. Past that front clip. Look at Justin. On Aasbo, has to back off. And bringing it on around. Wow. Really gangster run.
That Supra is fast.
Yeah. Yes.
It was looking really good for JTP until the exit of the horseshoe. So right here you can see them both initiating together. Looks like JTP was on the inside a little bit there, hit the inside clip. Coming up the hill, Aasbo was a little deeper in outside zone 1. Pawlak didn't go into outside zone 2, but Aasbo did a great job. Look how close Pawlak is right there, but coming down the hill as soon as they exit that horseshoe, Aasbo starts pulling away, and JTP just can't stay with him. So right there you can see JTP left early. Aasbo did get into outside zone 2 late. Didn't get into it as deep as we'd like. JTP didn't get into it at all. Coming down the hill here, you can see JTP struggling to maintain proximity. He was not able to stay close.
Yeah, it was good, and then just unfortunately just choked up a little bit, got close, and then just had to back off. And that's the case of, you know, that's how it happens. So I'm really eager to see how Aasbo, like you said, the car seems like it's just got a little extra juice in the tank, and I'm interested to see how he handles Justin Pawlak out front, because I know Justin's going to go for it too, man. He knows who he's going against. He's going against the defending champ. He wants to win here in Atlanta. Who's going to get it, JTP or Frederick Aasbo? Into that first front clip. What do we got? Brings it into that front clip. Nice job so far, JTP. Look at that staggered angle. Oh, and Aasbo gets into the side of JTP. Super versus Stang. Woo! Wow. This is a battle of the ages. Come on now. Yo. That was a serious battle. Super versus Stang, baby.
That was fun to watch.
That was sick.
So Aasbo knows that he has to put together a great chase run here to really clinch the win. And you can see that he's close to JTP basically from initiation. Right here, he sees nice and tight to JTP's driver's door on transition. He's able to stay with JTP up the hill, and he gets so close that they rub front wheels. It does force Aasbo inside a little bit, so he's not able to fill outside zone 2. But what an incredible level of difficulty of what we just watched. Aasbo in that position did an incredible job up the hill. It's just unfortunate he wasn't able to get all the way out to outside zone 2. Look how close the nose of that car was to Justin's back bumper. Really well executed there, and that was a phenomenal chase run.
Two things. I think that Aasbo got a little lucky where he slapped into Justin Pawlak, because if they were more tire to tire, I think it would have really disrupted both vehicles. Watch, he touched him right behind.
They touched tire to tire.
Oh, they do? Oh, man. They were holding shreds. They were holding shreds. But then also kudos to Pawlak for not, the car, he doesn't dictate it, but you didn't loop it, didn't flop, it just stayed in it. And I think that's really important, Again, there's contact and then there's crashing. All right, Aasbo and Pawlak. Our judges slide them left for Aasbo or right for Justin Pawlak. What do we got, boys? Frederick Aasbo gets 1, 2, and 3 votes. Aasbo gets the win. Hey, make some noise for Justin Pawlak, though. An amazing battle. Lantain, obviously all you guys were, unanimous.
Yeah.
Was it, that was an amazing lead run by Justin Pawlak. Did Aasbo just have that little X factor, as we like to call it?
The X factor on that chase run was incredible. The level of difficulty chasing a car up the hill like that close, getting to the point where your tires are just kind of rubbing against each other, but there's no real contact, like hard contact. Yeah. Just the level of precision and control to do that. Of course, there was a little rub there, but it didn't affect Justin. Justin got into outside zone 2, and Aasbo did not, but it sort of mimicked when Aasbo was leading. He got into zone 2, but not as deep, and JTP did not. But JTP did not have anywhere near a chase run like that. His proximity was not there, and that was phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's what we want to see, the level of aggression and the driving at that high level of difficulty and making it work, staying sideways, staying close. It just seems like Aasbo has a little more hunger this year. The last round, he had a lot of hunger, clearly, but he overstepped that boundary and he got into the back of that field. Here, he's able to control it a little bit more in terms of not affecting the lead driver while making an incredible run in the chase. That's phenomenal. We want to see more of that tonight.
Yeah, just that slight little nose cone on the front end of that Supra is what took Matt Field's Corvette into the wall in Long Beach. Here we go. This is the one more time battle between Denofa and Sorensen. Denofa out front. Again, it was 2-1. Chris Yule and Brian Eggert siding for a one more time. And big angle there. Look at going for the backy. Woo! Nice job there by Chelsea Denofa. Watch Sorensen. So I think they tuned this thing up in between the battles. Into the front clip. Now exiting out those Type S Mohawk lights. bringing it on down in the smoke bowl. Oh, what's going on with Denofa? Shuts it down. Was there contact?
It looked like Denofa over-rotated coming down the hill. He loves to
over-rotated. I was looking with my naked eye because I was just looking at this, the bowl of smoke, but Denofa over-rotates.
That's what it looks like. We'll have to see the replay here to be certain, but that's what it sort of looked like. Chelsea comes in with a huge amount of angle inside clip 1. Sorensen has a little bit of gap there, isn't running the same angle up the hill, but he uses that to get close to Chelsea. He misses outside zone 2 while Chelsea fills it nicely. Coming down the hill, watch Denofa. He's on throttle, running big angle, and he just gets greedy. He ends up dropping a couple of tires there, and that's going to be really bad for Denofa in the lead position. So that'll definitely be held against him in a pretty big way. And now we have the sweeper out there cleaning up the track to get some of the gravel off the track that he clearly brought on with him after that little off-course excursion. So Brandon Sorensen stayed out of the way. That's in no way any fault of his.
No.
He was trying to avoid any contact.
Well, while we clean up here on aisle 1, Lorette Nickel is with the Norwegian Hammer.
Can you guys see the smile on Frederick's face? He jumped out of the car, taking his helmet off, saying that was so much fun. And when you guys are driving at such a high level, it must inspire a lot of confidence.
Yeah, for sure. But there's a lot of butterflies, right? Going up against Justin. Been a fan since when I was a little kid, basically, and he was an FD. And I've done this long enough now to where there are certain runs that I know will stand out and that I will remember, and this is one of those. So massive kudos to Justin there. I obviously got a little bit greedy up the hill, tapped him. He kept it together, finished real strong. I think we just had a slightly faster car than him today, and that was just good old fun.
Awesome. And earlier you were telling me that you were trying to get into that warrior mindset. Do you feel like you're there?
Sure. You know, I'm an easygoing guy in the pits, but when it's on, it's on. And I knew that we had to bring it. Steph told me over the year to chase him close, maybe not that aggressively, so perhaps a little bit over the top. But again, you got to live a little, you know. It's really fun.
Frederick, thank you so much, guys.
All right. Well, we, looking at this side of the bracket, Frederick Aasbo could be facing Turk. All right, so Denofa, Sorensen, here's the second half of this battle, but Denofa, and that's just, I was talking to some fans out here, and they love Denofa. I said, I think Denofa's got what it takes, but unfortunately, just sometimes, you take yourself out. That might be the case here for Denofa, who's a very talented driver. But when you're going for it and you have this one more time, don't leave it in the judge's hands, go for it. But it ended up biting him. So Sorensen, as long as he keeps it between the lines, rubber meets the road, this could very well be his victory. And an entry for the birthday boy into grade 8 territory going against Odi Bakchis.
The pressure is on Jared. I know that Brandon has been in motorsports for many years, different disciplines. There we go. So he might have the mental fortitude to get through this.
Brandon Sorensen out front, Chelsea Denofa in the chase position. The United States Air Force BMW comes in hot, and that first front clip takes it out. Now coming up the hill, look at Denofa. Oh man, he has nothing to lose right now. He's gonna let it all hang out. Look at him just bouncing around right there in the rearview mirror. Brandon Sorensen trying to rattle Brandon Sorensen, but the 18-year-old driver powers through. And whoa, Chelsea Denofa. And unfortunately, he goes out in a cloud of dust. Chelsea Denofa, that'll be all she wrote for him, as Brandon Sorensen will get that victory. And I'll tell you what, that loud and proud Mustang in your rearview mirror, you're chatting in your boots, man.
Well, there's where that mental fortitude comes in that I was talking about. Brandon didn't skip a beat. You can see he just hit inside clip 1 right there, but Denofa is right on him. Brandon does a great job on outside zone 1. Great job on outside, okay job on outside zone 2. Chelsea's right with him. Transition here. Nobody drops a tire coming out of the horseshoe. Beautiful job on the touch and go. And right here, Chelsea just over-rotates the car coming over the finish line, and that'll be an incomplete for him in the chase position.
And here we go with the outcome of this battle. Denofa and Sorensen sliding left for Denofa, right for Sorensen. I believe you know the answer, and there it is. Brandon Sorensen gets the victory. as Denofa spins on that first battle, and then as he crossed the finish line, that would, you know, that it was after the finish line, but still.
Kind of over it, you know?
Yeah.
As he was going over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to our next battle here, and this is our final battle of the top 16 to forge our grade 8. Already in the grade 8, Matt Field versus Jeff Jones, Dan Burkett versus Chris Forsberg, Brandon Sorensen versus Odie Bakchis, and now Frederick Aasbo could be going against his Toyota GR teammate of either that man, Ryan Turk, or Federico Sceriffo. Federico in that Ferrari, definitely, as we say, has been looking quite a contrast from previous years.
Yeah, he's looking really solid in that Ferrari today, doing a great job. I believe this is his first top 16 in Formula Drift.
No, this is second.
Oh, it's a second.
I did get a DM. I did get a DM, and somebody told me this is his second. So
I'm glad we confirmed that then.
But I believe if he gets in grade 8, that would be his first grade 8.
Okay. But he is looking really solid in that car, regardless. Good for him for getting to this far, and it's developing a car like that was never made to drift, and probably wasn't the best chassis to choose, but definitely made an impact. It made a statement for sure.
Yep.
And I love that. That racing F40 livery that's on there. It's really sharp. I think it suits the car really well. So visually, and then of course the sound as well is pretty impactful.
Yeah.
The car sounds awesome.
Yeah, full dynamic sensory overload.
Yes.
Ryan Turk is on the start line. He's your current points leader. He's got that race service livery here, and they're waving him up. And the frustration sets in for Chelsea Denofa. Frustration, maybe talking to a spotter, seeing what's going on here. And yeah, not a happy camper there, Chelsea Denofa. All right, Ryan Turk, Federico Sceriffo. Fetty for short. And
you think his headlights are bright enough, Jared?
Yeah, I think they're good.
Okay.
All right, here we go with Ryan Turk out front and Sceriffo in the chase position. Again, who is going against Aasbo in the grade 8? We will find out. The lights are on, and now they are off. Remember, that chase car can leave before the lights are extinguished. Here comes Ryan Turk, that Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla, initiating into that first front clip. Whoa, Fetty dives in real quickly, but backs off. Ryan Turk, wow, look at that. Just works his way up there so easily. And then Fetty dives in on that front clip, exiting out of the horseshoe. Oh, kind of a wide swing there by Ryan Turk. Federico keeps his composure as Fetty comes across. So, yeah, I mean, Federico really hanging with our current points leader. And like I said, watch it again. Ryan Turk does have a wide swing outside of the horseshoe.
Right at initiation here, you can see that Federico's trying to get inside, get that proximity, but he doesn't quite have it coming up the hill. Ryan Turk's doing a great job. I don't think he could have done outside zone 1 any better. His tire was right on the edge of the track. Federico missed outside zone 2, dropped the tire here exiting the horseshoe, and then you can see, yeah, Ryan Turk definitely missed the touch and go. And then Fetty drops the tire at inside clip number 3. So Ryan Turk in a chase position just needs to better what Fetty just did right there. Clean it up a little bit, stay on the track, and have more proximity. In the lead position, Federico has a lot to live up to here. He needs to really fill outside zone 1 and really get up to outside zone 2, because I think that was the best outside zone 2 I've seen.
Yeah.
His tire was on the edge of the pavement. He couldn't have been any closer to the edge there. It was a beautiful job in that very difficult outside zone 2. So, yeah. Federico has a lot of work ahead of him.
Yeah, but you called it. I mean, you said, you're like, man, I don't think you could do outside zone 1 or 2 any better. I think that was just so flawless, and just you didn't see any brown dirt being thrown up. They do have dirt in the latter portion of the track, but there's dust, so we are going to clean that up as we get them out here. The Royal Purple Top 16 continues. Royal Purple, the official engine oil of Formula Drift. Go to royalpurple.com to learn more about their glove promo. So head on over there to royalpurple.com. As I want to thank all our sponsors. And while the sweepers are out, let's wrap out with Lorette. Lorette Nickel, what is up?
Hey, so Chelsea Denofa pulled over and I asked him for clarification what happened, and he said he didn't have anywhere to go, so he spun so he didn't hit Brandon Sorensen.
Well, thank you so much, and some clarification there. I think the second spin or the second spin. Yeah, I think that's what's referencing the. Yeah, the first one. I think he overcooked it because he was.
Yeah,
I mean, he wasn't on Brandon when he came out, and wasn't he? Yeah.
The first run he was in the lead.
He was leading.
So he over-rotated at the touch and go area, and that seems like it was just throttle induced oversteer, you know, coupled with a high angle that he likes to run. And just like we say with the, you know, backwards-ish entry, it's pretty tricky and it doesn't always pan out. Running with high angle can bite you as well if you're not on your game 100%. So here watching Chelsea Denofa in the lead position, coming up the hill. This is all clean. Everything is fine here. He gets up to outside zone number 2, fills it pretty well. You can see Brandon there in the chase position, nice and close. But watch Chelsea as he comes down the hill. Gets to a high degree of angle here, and you can just see the car over-rotate. And at that point, he drops a couple of tires on the left side of the track. Continues through, but definitely a huge mistake from Chelsea in the lead position.
Yeah, just hung it out there too long to dry on that lead run. All right, looks like we are going back up atop the hill.
Track is clean.
Track is clean, and we are ready to get down. Federico Sceriffo will lead. Ryan Turk giving chase. Let's see what happens here on the second half of this battle, our final battle of the Royal Purple Top 16. And the lights extinguished, and away they go.
Ooh, restart.
Oh, we got a restart. Looks like he rolled through the light. Next up will be the top 8 Link ECU. Link ECU, the official engine management of Formula Drift. Federico Sceriffo. He's kind of cheating the line there a little bit, which he knows Turk's got a fast car, man. That thing is absolutely ripping. I don't know if you saw that, for those who see that's not a brake light on the front. That is a D-cell indicator. A D-cell indicator. Did many moons ago have front brake lights, but we've removed those for many moons. But the D-cell indicator has been instituted. This is the first round. We've been gathering data over the last couple years as another tool to utilize for our judges. Federico Sceriffo out front. The Nexen tires go round. What do you got, Fetty? Ryan Turk in the chase position. And remember, Ryan Turk had an amazing lead run, but now in the chase position, how's he going to handle it? Doesn't mimic all the angle that Fetty has now coming past that front clip up the hill. So you can see that D-cell indicator going off. Ryan Turk tries to stick it to the side of that big Ferrari, that hot little hatchback. Barely navigates him, lets him go past him.
That was close at the finish line, I think.
Yeah.
From here, it looked like it was a little dangerous.
I got a little hairy. Lead versus lead, chase versus chase. What are your thoughts, Ryan?
Well, Federico looked a little bit choppy in the lead position here. I think he had a long handbrake pull, and he really slowed down aggressively coming to inside clip 1. But Ryan Turk managed to stay with him and match him coming up the hill. Federico filled outside zone 1. Got his tire into zone 2. Not fully in there, but did dip his tire over the line as he transitioned to come down the hill. Federico didn't look fully settled. The car looked like it was moving around a little bit. Right here, Ryan Turk dives in a bit. Federico lost some angle, and then they got over the finish line cleanly. Thankfully, Ryan Turk didn't make contact with him there. Coming up the hill, getting by that downhill touch and go, looked pretty clean. Looking at touch and go, outside zone number 2 through this horseshoe area here. Ryan Turk's putting on the pressure, is nice and close. And right here as they transition, Federico slowed down, it looks like there. And Ryan Turk was able to avoid contact, though.
All right, and there it is, Ryan Turk. Ryan Turk gets the win. Ryan Turk will advance on into the grade 8, but guess what? He's going against his Toyota teammate. That is Frederick Aasbo. Hey, great effort by Federico Sceriffo. Excited to see him in Orlando and Florida and see what he's going to do at the next round, round 3 of that Formula Drift Pro Championship. This is the AutoZone Road to the Championship presented by Type X, as our grade 8 has been established. And our next pair pulling into that Pedal Commander burnout box. And Turk makes his way back, driving past Odie, Brandon Sorensen. So it's interesting as, you know, perspective. I'm always up here in the booth, and Ryan, you've been up here, you know, in the judges booth, obviously. But as the weekend goes on, you start with 32, goes 16, goes to 8, and the whole 9. So there is our grade 8 field: Jones, Burkett, Forsberg, Sorensen, Bakchis, Aasbo, and Turk. And there we go. So Field and Jones. This is our first battle of the top 8 Link ECU, the official engine management unit of Formula Drift. And there's Jeff Jones warming up his tires. He's seen quite a day, man. He's seen the back of that flatbed, I think, more than anybody today.
Yes, he has. And both of these drivers have been into some collisions, hopefully not with one another in this battle, but it's something we see more and more as these drivers get, you know, further down the ladder here. It's getting more and more serious. So, yeah, look at that beautiful view in the live stream. That's
great backdrop.
Yeah. Very impressive.
Yeah, very, very cool backdrop. Absolutely love this track. Love the fans. Hey, Landon, how are you doing out there? Yeah, so good. So just, again, been coming here since 2004, 19 years. And there we are seeing Matt Field getting that camera on top of Jeff Jones' vehicle. And looks like getting ready. See the remaining drivers out there. So like I said, start the weekend, you get 30-plus drivers, down to 16, down to 8 now, then eventually top 4. Here we go, our first battle of the Link ECU, grade 8. Matt Field, wow, working all his way to the other side. Big, nasty initiation here. Woo, going for it. Absolutely insane entry there from Matt Field. Now coming into that second outside zone, Jeff Jones taking that shallower line. Whoa, Jeff Jones, JJ, look at that. Dynamite, look at that. Well done by Jeff Jones in that final clip. I felt like Matt Field used the whole course all right, I'm taking this thing over, man. I'm tired of getting hit. But Jeff Jones, too, it's like he's been getting hit as well.
But watch, Matt Field doesn't get all the way wide at initiation. He stays not mid-track, but definitely not all the way wide. Gets back on throttle a little bit late, but Jeff Jones isn't really in proximity when he does that, so it doesn't really affect him. Matt Field does great on outside zone 1 and 2, but Jeff Jones misses the end of 1 and 2 as well. It gets on a weird line from inside clip 2 to the exit of the horseshoe, but he's staying close. He's putting on a lot of pressure, just not running the appropriate line in the chase position. So he needs to position his car. You can see he's way inside here, nowhere near outside zone 2. Gets ahead of Matt Field and inside clip number 2. Pretty much gets that clip in Matt's place. And then coming down the hill here, some bobbles, runs on the inside on that rumble strip there on the touch and go. So positioning his car, not really in all the right places. But for that, Matt Field didn't really do great on initiation either. Got on throttle pretty late after that inside clip, so making some mistakes there as well.
All right, let's see if Jeff can want to grow on here, go for it, and see if he can take down Matt Field. And Jeff Jones, you can see the Type S lights. They are on and cracking. And here we go with Jones out front. Matt Field chasing him down through the start chicane. We got a clean start. Jeff Jones, straight line approach. Field initiates way early. Wow, parts flying off once again. And Matt Field Interesting. What is going on there? Don't know if that was Field being aggressive or Jones. And Field, look at that. Something might have happened to Matt's car. Or did he get thrown off from the beginning?
Yeah,
definitely going to run that back.
I think he got thrown off at initiation. You could see that he was on the inside there, went over the inside clip 1, might have had 2 tires off, and then from that point on, he's trying to play catch up, and you could tell.
Oh,
so
what
right
was
there.
that? Holy cow.
Yeah, got choked up at initiation. I'm not sure if that was because Jeff slowed down, but look at Matt trying to play catch up from this point on. Goes pretty good on outside zone 2, but way overshoots inside clip 2. And from this point on, he's way behind.
What came off of Jeff's car? It looked pretty substantial.
Potentially a camera?
It's like...
No, the camera's still on the car. Yeah, that could be... it's going to be tough to see. We're going to have to watch this from the drone to see if Jeff slowed down a lot at inside clip number 1 and didn't give Matt, the opportunity to stay and chase, or if it was just Matt being aggressive in the chase.
It looked like there were 2 things that came off of Jeff's car on initiation. Watch him initiate, and you see it goes off of track left
right there.
To our left. Yeah, I don't know if it's a full fender or what it is, but when it comes off, you see it hit Matt's car. And there were 2 things that actually came off. All right, so Jeff and Matt awaiting.
Thank you. Okay, looking at initiation here, Jeff.
And boom, more stuff.
A lot of bobbles from Jeff's car, really low angle at inside clip 1. It looks like Jeff may have botched his initiation, so as you watch him coming down the hill, apparently that was a side skirt that flew off. But right here, look at Jeff. Low angle, low speed. And it looked like Matt Field had nowhere to go right there. He just got choked up. And, of course, then Jeff gets on the throttle, and Matt can't keep up at that point because Jeff's already gone. So
watch all the corrections.
Yeah,
His white wheels that really showcase that.
That's a long handbrake. Matt Field's right there with him, but yeah, I think that was Jeff Jones. Look, he's straight right there. So I do believe that was Jeff Jones's fault at initiation down to the inside clip. And then from that point on, Matt Field, it's impossible for him to keep up or do any kind of chase run because he's been completely left behind at inside clip number 1. We always say the initiation is so important, and when the initiation from the lead driver is messed up in any way and it chokes up the chase driver, then that's going to cause that chase driver to have 0 opportunity to chase. So in this case, it looks like the 3 of us agree, and we're all going to give the win to Matt Field based on that error from Jeff Jones. But Jeff Jones has been driving like a maniac this weekend. He just misjudged, it looks like, his initiation.
Yeah, it is an unfortunate turn of events for Jeff Jones, but obviously, there's a winner and a loser in each battle eventually after maybe a couple more times or just right off the bat. But Jeff Jones absolutely has been driving tremendously this event and just the progression over the years. So excited for him in Orlando, but Matt Field will advance on, and absolutely just those corrections there on initiation, that's going to check up anybody. I don't care who you are.
Exactly.
So Matt Field advances on. He moves on to the Type S Top 4. Type S, the official lighting of Formula Drift, is next up Dan Burkett and Chris the Force Forsberg. So Rad Dan versus the Force in our next battle of the top 8. There's the stats, there's the numbers. Dan Burkett driving out of his mind. He's going against Chris Forsberg. These guys good friends, and now they're going against each other. So Burkett and Forsberg enter into that burnout box. All right, let's check that schedule, and there it is. We're here in Atlanta, but look at that. Just in a couple weeks, we will be in Orlando for round 3 of the Formula Drift Championship, and that will be a pro spec and pro round. E-Town, June 9th and 11th, St. Louis, Missouri, Monroe, Washington. Love it up there. The battle in Seattle. Grantsville, Utah, a brand new venue for us in Utah, and then we will be at Irwindale to culminate the 19th season of the Formula Drift Championship. But May 19th and 21st through the 21st. That's right. It is 3 days long. Formula Drift Scorched. So come join us in Orlando in just a couple short weeks. And that is a Thursday through Saturday event, mind you, because you got pro spec qualifying, you got pro qualifying, and then you got all the head-to-head battles. So that's going to be a long one. Looks like the cars are entering the burnout box. It's going to be an amazing one in Orlando, O-Town, Liquid Dreams. Big fan. Yep. Big fan. And here's a look at the bracket. Only one driver already in the Final Four. That's Matt Field. And yeah, so Matt Field is in there. And basically, he is guaranteed a podium. Matt Field is guaranteed a podium because he qualified #1. He's in the Final Four. So if he loses, he'd go, yeah. Right? Yeah, he's guaranteed a podium. All right, so Dan Burkett, Chris Forsberg. Dan Burkett qualifying higher than Chris Forsberg. Burkett qualifying 4th, Forsberg qualifying 12th. Both these guys really smooth, aggressive earlier in all the battles. Let's see what we got. Rad Dan out front, coming down the hill. Here comes that Mark IV Toyota Supra into that first front clip. Big angle there from Dan Burkett. Taking that middle line past what will be that touch and go. Burkett into the first outside zone, coming to that second outside zone. Dan Burkett getting all the way out there. Forsberg now transitioning out, and you cannot even see them with the naked eye. There is so much smoke, unbelievable, as Burkett and Forsberg. Holy cow, that was probably one of the smokiest battles we've seen today.
Thankfully, it's windy, so that smoke is almost all gone.
It is cold, though.
It is cold.
It's a little brisk.
Great initiation from both drivers here. You can see the angle that Burkett's carrying through inside clip 1. A little bit wider than we'd like between inside clip 1 and that transition to go uphill. But right here you see Burkett doing a great job in the lead on outside zone 1 and 2. Forsberg's right there with him every move he makes. He did drop a tire or two leaving the horseshoe, Dan Burkett that is. Hit inside clip number 3 before the finish line. But watch Chris Forsberg's positioning here. As he comes up, his car's positioned pretty well. Comes nice and close, fills outside zone 2 just like Burkett did. Gets nice and tight on inside clip number 2. Burkett drops 1, maybe 2 tires, leaving that horseshoe. Did hit inside clip 3 as well, but Chris Forsberg's with him every step of the way, mimicking, doing the same line, doing what he's supposed to in the chase position. So it looks really good from Forsberg's position. And Forsberg can clean up what Burkett laid down in his lead. So just be a little bit cleaner, stay on the track, and don't drop a tire exiting the horseshoe. Don't drop a tire inside clip 3, and put together the same type of line, getting all the way wide on zone 1, zone 2, and tight on inside clip 2 and 3.
I'll tell you what, Dan Burkett is really impressive here tonight. I don't know, we had some words with him earlier, kind of broke up, but he is just, whatever he's doing, let's see more of that this year.
Absolutely.
Chris Forsberg leading NOS Energy Drink, all-new Nissan Z on GT radial tires into that first clip. Dan Burkett tucks into formation. Forsberg powers up the hill in that first outside zone 1. Burkett, big angle there, does not get out to the outside zone 2. Burkett, you can see him, he missed an outside zone, but that was a good compromise. He got the proximity. Now Forsberg passed that touch and go, and one more clip. Whoa, Dan Burkett really, unfortunately, went tight on that inside clip. Hey, I'll tell you what, man, Dan Burkett, an absolute fierce competitor here this weekend.
Yeah, he put on the pressure in the chase position. Look at Chris's initiation, that rate to angle, maintaining it through inside clip 1. Burkett's right there with him on that rumble strip coming up inside at the touch and go area. Great job on outside zone 1. Right there you see that Burkett drops off of outside zone 1 and misses outside zone 2 while Chris fills them both. So Burkett's had a bit of a disadvantage there. Drops a tire leaving the horseshoe, and then watch Burkett right here. That's 2 tires minimum, potentially 3 at inside clip number 3. But whatever Burkett's doing this round, he needs to keep doing it. The driving excitement, the level that he's competing at, he needs to keep this up. He just needs to work on his precision a little bit more, getting that car in the right position at every portion of the track, which is, if you watch Forsberg, what he does. You can see that that's what gives him the edge over a lot of drivers, and in this case, over Dan Burkett, I think.
I mean, think how many runs Chris Forsberg has completed here at Road Atlanta. Chris Forsberg gets the win. Dan Burkett is knocked out, but hey, make some noise for Rad Dan. Dan Burkett in that Supra. Great job in the Rad Industries gear wrench Mark IV. Really, really well done by Rad Dan as Chris Forsberg gets the win. And it'll be Field and Forsberg in the Final Four already. We go to the other side of the Grade 8 bracket. Brandon Sorensen, Odie Bakchis. Now we saw both these guys at LS Fest last weekend. It was a good time, more seat time. And again, just you could see how it's reflected, you know. Brandon Sorensen qualifying 15th, Odie Bakchis qualifying 7th. All right, let's throw it down. Let's throw it down to Lorette Nickel, who is with Ryan Turk.
Hey guys, so we are deep into the pits here. Ryan Turk, next battle, Frederick Aasbo. So what are the expectations there?
I mean, expectations are to be #1 in the pit, or #1 in our trailer. So hopefully we can get the best of Freddie and continue on to the semifinals. But he's been phenomenal this weekend, and I've actually been taking a lot of notes to his driving style on track. So we'll see if I can wheel the car to its potential. The GR Corolla's got a phenomenal setup on it right now, so we'll go out there and give it our best.
Hey, Ryan, thank you so much. I know you have to go. I appreciate your time, guys. Back to you.
All right, this should be a fun battle here. Brandon Sorensen, Odie Bakchis. And we saw Brandon Sorensen give it the beans, as they say, earlier with Chelsea Denofa. Odie Bakchis making his way through Kazuya Taguchi. That was a wild battle. I mean, there's just so much going on with all these drivers, and just the level, the degree. I mean, just really exciting evening here. So, and there they are, jumping in that burnout box. Under the lights here. So I hope you join us. Hashtag FDATL. Hope you join us in Orlando for round 3 and continuing on. I'm excited for Utah. That's round 7. That's a new venue for us. Utah Motorsports campus just outside of Salt Lake City. I've been to other events there. It's a big venue. So definitely, if you're in that area. All right, let's ride along with Odie as we're watching them get into that burnout box. That's actually
pilot of the Garagistic E36.
That's Rome Charpentier,
and we're
by the way.
at Michelin Raceway, Road Atlanta. So I'm waiting for SOPA to give me the okay. We're currently in the lead position, getting pointed out the chicane. There we go, that's the okay. So we start in 2nd gear, come around the chicane, quickly get up into 3rd, quickly get into 4th. We get just over 100 miles an hour, flick across the track, boom, hard e-brake, back on throttle, hammer down to inner clip 1, transition, keep it nice and tight there, then push out wide to outer zone 1. Now across track to the top to outer zone 2, then get back in tight to get to inner clip 2. Now we're gonna transition across track, keep it midline to a nice tight touch and go, transition one more time hard to inner clip 3, and then hammer down up the hill, and there we go.
There's our Type S in-car course preview there with Rome Charpentier. And for people that challenge me on how to pronounce his name, I don't know if you saw, he says, I'm Rome Charpentier, not Charpentier. So just clarification on that.
Yeah, I can't help myself. I don't know. I just say it naturally. I don't even think about it. Charpentier.
No,
you know,
I get people flaming me online. They're like, stop saying it like that. I'm like, ask him his name and he'll tell you. So FYI. Brandon Sorensen, Odie Bakchis. And here we go as Odie Bakchis qualified 7th. Brandon Sorensen qualifying 15th. Odie leads. Nice job initiation by Odie. Coming up the hill. Look at Brandon. So quick little decel there. You saw that red. So the attitude of the car. Just the Atlanta track, you just got to be fluid with it. Carry that momentum. We've talked about it from the beginning. Oh, and Brandon goes on the inside. So kind of an early transition out of that touch and go, and threw him off a little bit on that final inside clip. Take a look at it again here.
Great initiation from Odie right there. You can see Brandon was a little slower on his initiation. It wasn't as snappy. It was sort of a slow rate to angle. Coming up the hill, Brandon's close, running slightly less angle. Odie filled outside zone 1. Brandon was inside a little bit, but outside zone 2, they both do a great job. You can see Brandon right there with Odie. Brandon might have dropped the tire leaving the horseshoe. Odie does great on the touch and go. Brandon drops a tire or 2 at inside clip 3. Overall, great run from both drivers. I think that Odie did a pretty clean run in the lead, and it looks like in the chase, Brandon made a couple of mistakes. Importantly, that initiation, and then sort of at the end of outside zone 1, I think he wasn't as deep as he could have been there, but he had to make some sacrifices to gain and then maintain that proximity.
Now let's switch it up here. Brandon Sorensen will be out front. Odie Bakchis, and really, really great momentum driving from both these guys. I liked it. They were very smooth, have very similar styles. I think overall, Brandon and Odie are fairly equally matched drivers here. Let's see if Brandon can continue on. Is Odie going to get in his way? Here comes Brandon Sorensen and Odie Bakchis. Look at there, Odie quickly getting to the side of him. Now past and up the hill. Look at that, Brandon, little shimmy into that first outside zone and then drops into the second. Odie not getting all the way out there in that second. Now coming out of that horseshoe, good transition by Sorensen. Big angle from Sorensen, touch and go. Odie, woo, man. Pretty solid heads up, and that's why I say fairly equally matched, good styling. Again, just that momentum driving. Both of them are harnessing that energy, man. Really well done from Sorensen and Bakchis.
Yes, sir. Look at the initiation. Odie does a great job of mimicking what Brandon did in the chase position. Gets right up to him on the initiation and then gives him a little bit of space. Coming up the hill, Odie did not get into outside zone 2. I don't think Brandon got quite as deep as Odie did on his lead, but did a great job regardless of positioning his car. You can see Odie there maintaining that proximity, and he does stay on the track near the finish line here, so he doesn't drop a tire as he goes over that inside clip 3. So here's a side-by-side for us if you want to cross your eyes and try to follow along on both screens at the same time. You can see there Odie's level of difficulty on that initiation, nice and close. He matches the angle of Sorensen coming up the hill a little bit better, I think. Gets into zone number 2 pretty well, and then coming by inside clip 2, they're both pretty even in that little part of the track. Right here, Odie does have more proximity on the transition. You can see that Odie does keep his car on the track a little bit better than Brandon did.
Okay, do we have a verdict? Is the needle going one way or the other, Odie or Brandon? The United States Air Force, BMW, Sorensen Motorsports from Las Vegas. Or is it Odie Bakchis, Falcon Tires, Field Suspension, S15. Hearing some fans scream one more time.
Wow, that came in from left field. Did you hear that? How far away that was?
It was more like right field. Right, that's like right field over there. That dude is loud. He's loud. Here we go. One more time. Odie Bakchis, and one more time. They're going at it again. So one more time as Brandon Sorensen, he is working hard for it. And
Odie better be careful. The last time Brandon went one more time, he won.
That's right. Yeah. So again, the outcome here is more seat time for Sorensen, and he's soaring his way up the bracket.
So a friend up in Canada, Manu, worked with Formula Drift Canada for multiple years while we were up there. He was always helping us out. He just sent me a message and asked me about the decel light, and it made me realize that maybe we haven't been touching on it enough. So thank you, Manu, for that. And watching the cars go around the track, especially in the dark now, you're seeing the light strip on the windshield, at the top of the windshield, lighting up in certain areas. That is not a brake light. That is a decel light, and that decel is live. So there's a unit in the car that records speed, and if the speed drops a certain amount over a certain distance, it's going to bring that light on. So that's an aggressive decel will bring the light on. So it's live, and we're seeing it as it's happening.
And the brakes can obviously decel you that fast, but it's more of downshifting momentum, any of those things. So yeah,
exactly.
All right. So again, thank you for elaborating. Look at this: all Papadakis Racing, all Toyota, all Rockstar. These guys again going against each other once again. Aasbo and Turk. Oh man, So Ryan Turk, your current points leader, Frederick Aasbo, your defending champion. Both these cars, they're tuned up, baby. And again, their spotters work with each other. You got Biddies over there, Steph Papadakis. They're not standing too close to each other right now because they want to see how it's going to go down here. Frederick Aasbo will lead as Aasbo qualified 3rd, Ryan Turk qualifying 6th. So when push comes to shove, who's going to come out on top? Who's going into the final 4 to go against either Sorensen or Bakchis? Remember, Ryan Turk coming to this round of competition. He got the win in Long Beach after debuting that Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla. Shout out to the race service boys in Mid-City. They're watching in LA. Frederick Aasbo, let's see what you got. The Rockstar Energy Toyota GR Supra. He will be leading. Here comes Freddie. The Norwegian Hammer initiates good flick into that front clip. Ryan Turk drops into formation. Both of them lifting up those Nitto tires. It's a Nitto tire battle coming into that second outside zone. Freddie actually doesn't get all the way out to that second outside zone. Now transitioning down. Looks like Turk backs off a little bit coming out of the horseshoe. And then Aasbo hammers down. That was a pretty good battle. Watch up top here, the second outside zone. These guys absolutely going for it.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge area of opportunity for Turk when he's leading. So let's watch here. Turk's nice and close at initiation through inside clip 1. Aasbo starts to pull away up the hill, but Turk's in that zone, number 1 with him. Aasbo does not get into outside zone 2 at all. Tire doesn't even get close to the line. And you can see Turk there taking advantage of that, getting nice and close. Coming down the hill, that Aasbo and that Supra is very, very fast. And you can see Turk trying to keep up, but not able to really keep up coming down the hill. That Supra is just ultra fast.
Watch it. Watch this. Later.
As they transition here, you can see him still pulling away, going up towards that hill. And it's not like Aasbo's not running angle and trying to get away. He's just a very fast car.
All right, what do we got here? Ryan Turk will be out front. That gold nose that got him in trouble in Long Beach in the rearview mirror of Ryan Turk. What do you say, Atlanta? Make some noise. Ryan Turk, Frederick Aasbo, send it. Here we go. Ryan Turk out front, Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla. Frederick Aasbo initiates right into that first front clip, smashing that front grille of that GR Corolla. Continues on through the course into the first outside zone. Here comes Ryan Turk, gets all the way out there. Dips that Nitto tire into it. Now let's see how he handles it coming out of the horseshoe. Into that touch and go goes Ryan Turk, now transitioning back. Almost drops the tire. Looked like he didn't throw up dirt, but he did get onto that rumble strip. Man. Ryan Turk's grill just absolutely exploding. He's going to need to see the dentist after that thing.
So let's watch
this.
Aasbo in the chase position. Great initiation behind Turk. And you can see Turk getting on throttle, coming up the hill. Aasbo does bump that marker for the touch and go. Turk goes way deeper in outside zone 2 than Aasbo did. He didn't get all the way in it, but a lot deeper than Aasbo did, definitely. Aasbo drops the tire, leaving the horseshoe. Turk gets his tire just right on the edge of that rumble strip in the touch and go area. So let's see it from the sky here. Turk stays on the rumble strip there. Aasbo does drop a tire, looks like, on that touch and go coming up the hill. Turk into outside zone 2. Aasbo's in the right spot, but Turk drops a tire right before inside clip 2, as you mentioned earlier. So there are multiple mistakes from both drivers here. Looks like they're really pushing very hard on both the lead and chase positions.
Yeah, this is a good one. I mean, they kind of know what's on the menu. You know, they know what's in the soup, as they say.
Oh, beautiful, side by side. So let's look at how these drivers match up in a side by side comparison. Proximity, a little bit closer, I think Aasbo is. He's a little bit inside there. Turk has a little less angle in the chase position coming through the horseshoe. This is a tough one to call.
But also keep in mind that Freddie didn't get to that second outside zone, so that's going to take some angle out of it because he had to modify his line because he didn't get out there. So that's going to take some angle out of it, taking that shallower line. So like, oh, okay, got to check up a little bit.
Wow, that's a tough one, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it's... All right, slide him left or right or down the middle for a one more time. Remember, Field and Forsberg.
That person is going to get in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Leave it to the pros, boys.
Yeah.
And girls.
Yep, leave it in video games or on the track. All right, so we're still waiting for the outcome here.
Scores are in, I think.
I believe scores are in.
Maybe. Oh, the votes are in. The decisions.
The verdict.
The verdict. Individual.
The verdict from the judges. Here we go. Slide him left for Aasbo, right for Turk, and it's one more time. One more time. You want to see it, Atlanta? Come on. You got to love it. Turk and Aasbo going at it again. All right, the fans still sticking around here. Absolutely, look at this. Fans having a blast here, sticking around late into the night. All right, so we should be going back to Odie Bakchis and Brandon Sorensen. So Odie Bakchis, Brandon Sorensen, as we already have the other side of the Final Four. There you can see Odie pulling up to the start line. There's Odie, got his camera fixed. And Sorensen entering in. Like you said, Ryan, I mean, Brandon Sorensen taking out Denofa. I mean, look at the path that that these drivers have taken. Sorensen was went against Jonathan Hurst earlier, just took out Chelsea Denofa. Denofa took himself out. Odie Bakchis went against Rome Charpentier, and then went against Kazuya Taguchi.
With Charpentier's name, we could just translate it and make him Carpenter, and then it'd be fine, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We'd be over
Rome
Carpenter.
I know, but Rome wasn't built in a day by a carpenter. Matt Field, you know, the way he got here through Eve Meyer, got into that incident, Alec Robbins, and then finally Jeff Jones most recently. And here we go. Odie Bakchis, our one more time battle. Odie Bakchis, Brandon Sorensen. Into that front clip. Now brings it on through. Oh, Brandon Sorensen taking a very shallow line. That's absolutely going to disrupt Brandon Sorensen. Odie Bakchis coming out of the horseshoe. That was a major mistake there by Sorensen when he transitioned out of that first inside clip and the transition where the touch and go is. Went heavy on the grass.
What's interesting to see, Jared, is Odie's decel light coming on at the touch and go area up the hill. So as you watch them initiate here, Brandon's nice and close. Odie transitions. I don't think it had anything to do with where Brandon went, but still shouldn't be decelling there in that way. But yeah, Brandon definitely made a mistake there. Odie went out to outside zone 2. Brandon did not. And as they, yeah, right there. So watch this. Transition, 1, 2, 2 tires. I think 3 tires went off, but not at the same time. Coming through here, nice and close on inside clip number 2. Brandon transitions nice and close here coming down the hill, transitioning to inside clip number 3. Great job through the finish line, but Brandon has a lot to overcome with that error from inside clip 1 to you know, just after that transition coming up the hill.
The track sweeper is out. Man, those cones have just been getting absolutely abused. The BC Racing clipping points. BC Racing, the official suspension of Formula Drift. And the BC Racing clipping points. We are still in the Link ECU top 8. Link ECU, the official engine management unit of Formula Drift. Cleaning it up real quick, and we'll get back to the action. Sorensen and Bakchis. One of these drivers entering into the Final Four. Are we getting a comp timeout? Or is he going to warm him up again? Looks like. Okay, it does look like Odie will warm up his tires. I assume that if Brandon wants to, he can warm up his as well. There we go, getting the track back up in order. And Sorensen is ready to go. Track should be clear, and we will be clear to send in a moment.
Oh, people are misbehaving, Jared.
Yep, it happens. It does happen. Doing a couple Bernies here as they're leaving the venue here. So again, keep it off the streets, kids. Here we go. Brandon Sorensen leading. Odie Bakchis giving chase. Brandon Sorensen, like you said, had that error. He's hoping that Odie Bakchis makes a mistake as well. But Brandon Sorensen, big, nasty initiation. That's what you were looking for. Look at Odie, like you said, to that touch and go. A lot of decel there. And Sorensen filling all that second outside zone. Now coming down out of that horseshoe, past the touch and go. Sorensen and Bakchis. Woo! Tell you what, Brandon's lead run there was gangster. That was really, really solid.
Really well done, Jared. We're gonna watch this replay. Hopefully we have some, yes we do, up in the sky so we can see over the smoke. Odie was a little bit off of inside clip number 1 as he was following. Dropped the tire on that rumble strip at the touch and go area. Didn't go as wide on outside zone 1. Good job on outside zone 2 for both drivers. Watch Brandon transition here coming down the hill. They both stay on the track, leaving the horseshoe. Good job on the touch and go. And then great job coming over the finish line there as well.
Yeah, it's, I mean, like I said, Brandon, he's had multiple one more times. He seems like the guy that has seen the most action today as he's in the grade 8 and with 2 one more times. One with Denofa and one now here with Odie. And we are waiting for the outcome here. And here we go, slide him right for Odie Bakchis. Odie Bakchis gets the win. Odie gets the win and advances on into the, hey, round of applause for the birthday boy, Brandon Sorensen. Great effort there. Odie Bakchis taking him out, but Brandon, 18 years old on Thursday. Really, really well done. So 3 drivers in the Final Four, 1 more left to forge our Final Four. And it looks like waiting for these drivers to enter the burnout box. And this is back to the one more time of Frederick Aasbo and Ryan Turk. There is Freddie waiting to enter into that burnout box. This is what a lot of people were kind of expecting, you know, between, I mean, you know, look, this is, I mean, look at, out of the 5 drivers that are still in it, that's your top 4. You know, and minus, I think it was Denofa that was in the mix, right? So, I mean, you look at that, you know, between Turk, Field, Odie, and Aasbo, that was your top 4.
Yep.
So that just goes to show you kind of on par, and those are the people to watch, you know, the entirety of the season. And but I liked what you said earlier, talking about going into 32. You never know what's going to happen. Going to 16, you never. Every driver is capable of advancing on, and yes. Sometimes just call it what it is. Sometimes it's you know, the opposing driver making a mistake or just that driver rising to the occasion. Like I said, Dan Burkett, Jeff Jones, those guys had a phenomenal weekend. They should really hold their head high because they went after it. So absolutely great job by them.
Yeah, even when the other driver makes a mistake and you win, you know, partly due to that mistake, you still have to show up and you still have to run your lead, your chase. You still have to do a good job and not incomplete yourself and not make mistakes. So
Ryan,
like
real quick, I'm going to stop you before we go on. Hey, remember how you take out your phone lights? Let's take out your phone lights and light up this all-Toyota battle between Aasbo and Turk. Light them up so they can see even better. Shine it. Larry Chen, my boy, is going to grab some photos and light up the night here as they go by. So you can turn on your video camera, you can take some photos. Regardless, leave your light on and light up round 2 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship, the AutoZone Road to the Championship, presented by Type S. There you go, light them up as Ryan Turk and Frederick Aasbo are pulling to the line. Thank you, guys and gals. We got a packed house here, still sticking around. Those are enduring the cold. Few y'all leaving, but again, a lot of y'all still watching on your phone, so light up the night. We're ready to send it for this battle. All Toyota, all Nitto. Our current points leader, our defending champion, Frederick Aasbo, defending champion, will lead in his Rockstar Energy Toyota GR Supra against the Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla. And here we go. Let's see what we got here between these two titans of the sport. Coming down the hill, there goes Frederick Aasbo. Now transferring up the hill as Ryan Turk comes now into that first and second outside zone. Now coming on out of the horseshoe, let's see how they handle this. Ooh. Ryan Turk falling back quite a bit. Makes a noise for him, Atlanta. Frederick Aasbo and Ryan Turk absolutely going for it, but Turk fell back a little bit there, Ryan.
Yeah, he made a mistake at inside clip 1. We'll have to see what happened. Hopefully with the help of the drone here. As they initiate, Ryan Turk's nice and close, matching the angle. Really good positioning from Turk. He does drop a tire and hit that cone. He does do well in outside zone 1. Great job in outside zone 2 by Aasbo. And then Turk made contact and fell off from that point on. He was not in the proximity game anymore. So it was that contact. You can see his bumper hanging off right there. So we're going to have a look at that, and potentially we'll have to call some fault on that one. So watch this transition. Right after this, this is where Turk goes inside a little bit. That's where his bumper goes flying off, gets hit on that clip. Now Turk doesn't go into outside zone 2. Aasbo does right there. There's a bit of a hit there, and you can see Ryan kind of resets the car after the hit. Watch it right here. And then you can see Ryan sort of stall up a little bit, transitions kind of awkwardly, but he maintains angle and continues through the rest of the course.
Well, I am getting an update here from his spotter. He's saying Ryan lost 4th gear. So I got an update. So obviously that's a crucial gear for, in particular portions of that track. So
yeah, he should find it. I might like that one, Dad.
You can tell a spotter right there. You should go find that 4th gear.
All right, I'm done. It's my only joke for the night.
Yeah, that's it.
My only attempt.
Yeah, Ryan did make it funny. That's one.
Now, if he doesn't have 4th gear, how many gears does that car have?
11.
He has 4 gears in that car. All right, so he's not running with the top gear in that car, which will come into play coming down the hill here, because this is pretty much the top speed, I think, in FDs out of all the tracks, right? 100 mile per hour entry. That's going to really affect his ability to get down the hill at the right speed to get around that corner.
Well, and truth be told here, Papadakis Racing, they work together on these vehicles, so it's good that they know.
Uh-oh.
Oh, is he just not even going to?
We're looking at his spotter. It's completely broken?
Yeah, we know that. So, all right, so hold on one second. We're inquiring what's going on here.
He didn't give SOPA the okay at the start line, sorry, so we're having a discussion here. Typically, the start line SOPA guy we'll point at one driver, point at the other driver. If he gets the thumbs up, he gives the light, begins the light sequence. And I don't believe he received the okay on that one. So we're going to see what happens here. They may be, Turk wanted to call a competition timeout. I think he was talking with his spotter while he was at the start line and made the decision at the last second. So that's why he did not give the thumbs up. And that's why we're going to allow him to go back to his hot pit area, I believe, is what's happening right now.
Yeah, just getting all the facts in a row and finding out what's going on here. But like I said, both Papadakis Racing vehicles, both of the Toyota GR vehicles, either Supra or the Corolla. So this is an official NGK competition timeout. So as...
Yeah, it's totally official, and we're going to get him back to the line there. Back to the pit, sorry, hot pit.
Yep. So Ryan Turk will make his way back after losing that 4th gear, and there are only 4 gears in that. So getting that top speed, especially with Fredrik Aasbo in your mirrors, that's going to be a tough one to hang on there. And finding out, Turk is still posted up there. All right, so Ryan Turk is he pulling back to the line? All right, so actually, I think they're just pulling right back up. Says just go ahead and run it. All right, so psych, just kidding. No competition timeout. Let's get back to running some battles here, baby. We don't need no stinking NGK competition timeouts. Ryan Turk will lead, Fredrik Aasbo giving chase. And it looks like as long as you get thumbs up, the lights will be on.
I'm on an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going to happen in the background here. It seemed like he called it, backed off the line, Aasbo left, so who knows what's going to occur here, whether or not that competition timeout will officially be called or not.
I mean, Ryan Turk is at a major deficit here after that first portion of that battle. Now he's got a lot of clean air because his bumper's all chewed up, but still going to try to go for it here, minus that 1 gear. Now coming into that inside clip, big angle from Turk, transitioning up the hill. Looks like it's working out all right so far. Into that first outside zone, into the second outside zone. Filling all of it. Now bring it on outside of that horseshoe. Transition back out. We don't need no stinking gear. We run with 3, baby. Ryan Turk pulling away from Fredrik Aasbo. So he found it, Ryan. He found that gear. So you asked him to go find it, and he found it.
Maybe it fell under the seat or something.
Yeah,
when he
it fell in the cracks, you know, where you drop all the French fries and all that stuff. Go ahead, take a look here. Let's look at it again.
Yeah, great initiation for Ryan. Aasbo's right there next to him as they come up the hill. Aasbo does a better job in the chase, I think, of staying on the track through there. Turk makes it all the way up to outside zone number 2. Aasbo's right with him, but right here as Aasbo transitions, leaving the horseshoe, Turk goes bye-bye. And I don't know how Aasbo fell off there, considering how fast this car generally is, but it looked like Ryan had an awesome line leaving the horseshoe and just left Aasbo behind. Turk may have left outside zone 1 a little bit early there, but Aasbo was right with them. Aasbo's right in the pocket, running the perfect kind of chase pocket position, which is where we want him to be positioned. So great job by Aasbo in that chase run.
All right. So as our judges are analyzing this run, I believe they want to see a BC Racing side-by-side instant replay. Surprisingly, right? Just how did that happen if he's down a gear?
I mean,
because you know that wasn't the case on that first run with him in the chase position. Just finding that right sweet spot, I guess, as far as the rev match. Yeah, things got a little interesting there with those competition timeouts being called and not called and pulling off. And just taking a look post battle here.
We do have a side-by-side coming up. They're queuing it up now, so we should have it any second here. Really see the differences in between these runs. Who who achieved a better, inside clip, outside zone, who did better on the transitions, who had better proximity in the chase position. This is a tough one.
Yeah, it is tough. Just waiting for it. Here we go. All right, so Aasbo leading on the left, Turk leading on the right. What are you seeing, Ryan, here?
Well, I'm seeing that, I was really focusing. I forgot to talk. Aasbo looks like doing a cleaner run in the lead position and a much better chase as well. It's just really helpful to have that side-by-side to kind of cement things in your head and make you realize that you were on the right track with your thoughts after watching both runs. But I think watching those side-by-side really helps out to give you the clear picture overall. Yep.
And there are 2 Toyotas, and only one can move on, and that is Frederick Aasbo. Aasbo gets the win and advances on. So our current points leader shaken up by the former champ. So you have Field, Aasbo, Odie, and Forsberg in the Final Four. Final Four is set. Next up will be Field and Forsberg for our first battle of the Type S Top 4. And here is our Final Four bracket. We'll be right back. Matt Field versus Chris Forsberg. Odie Bakchis versus Frederick Aasbo. When we come back, we will see them in the burnout box and on the start line. Don't go anywhere.
Link is the engine management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win. Pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support our performance specialists, available 24 hours and ready to talk one-on-one about your winning formula. Link ECU, the performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
How does one car going wild in the mall help us tell the GR story?
You're right.
We need more cars.
Came up a lot of sounds, more when I was not around. Certain people that I know, they ain't no longer about. Certain people that I know, they ain't no longer about.
The Falcon Azenas RT660 is the enthusiast choice for ultra-high performance. Engineered for predictable handling and stability, the RT660 provides maximum traction both on and off the track. Your competitive edge has arrived with the Falcon Azenas RT660.
When I'm flying, I put my helmet on, my visor down, my mask up. You don't know who I am. Whether I'm African American, Asian American, Hispanic, white, male or female. You just know I'm an American airman kicking your butt. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
When you have a lot of money tied up in your transmission and differential in your car, kind of like I do in this one, this is a must-have. Royal Purple Max Gear High Performance Gear Oil. Even under severe squeeze film conditions caused by sudden shock, extreme high loads, or low RPMs, Max Gear helps reduce bearing wear. I am pretty sure we put this to the test more than anybody else. Slippery, synthetic, and complete with Centerlick technology, Max Gear reduces wear and friction, which allows your gears to run smoother, quieter, cooler, and longer. Drift tested and ready for your gears. Royal Purple Max Gear.
C-Town Gambler, boys.
Ken McGuire, Supercharged V8 right there. And the film of lost in the smoke jumps out. Front clip, Bisco out of the smoke. Alessio starting to put the pressure on. Alex Yeager making his presence known. Rich Whiteman right there trying to pass behind Chris Stevens.
You ready to lose?
Formula Drift is brought to you by Air Force, Aim High. Type S, official lighting sponsor of Formula Drift. Lights, camera, power, fun. GT Radial, experience the performance.
Link is the engine management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win. Pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support are performance specialists, available 24 hours and ready to talk one-on-one about your winning formula. Link ECU, the performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
Came up a lot of sounds, more when I was not around. Certain people that I know, they ain't no longer about. Certain people that I know, they ain't no longer about.
The Falcon Azenas Art.
All right, welcome back. Our final four is set. The Type S top four, Matt Field versus Chris Forsberg, and Odie Bakchis versus Frederick Aasbo. Our podium ceremony up here atop the hill, not too far from the judges' stand. Who's going to come out on top? Local time 10:10. Late night. It is definitely a little brisk here, but it has been an awesome evening. And here we are, the Type S top four, Matt Field, Chris Forsberg. Who's going to take it on home? Again, Matt Field guaranteed a podium. If he loses, he'll at least get third place. And obviously, if he wins, he's going for the overall win, first or second place. All right, warming up their tires. Matt Field in his Falcon tires. Drift Cave Corvette, Chris Forsberg. Piloting his NOS energy drink, all new Nissan Z on GT Radial tires. Christopher Forsberg, three-time FD champ. Matt Field going for his first ever championship. And there is the history. You can see Forsberg back in 2016, 2014, and 2009. Yeah, 2004 was Sam Hubenet. Yeah, Reese, it was Sam, Reese, Sam, Tanner, Tanner, Forsberg. And most recently, Frederick Aasbo. That all-new Nissan Z. Chris Forsberg with the rotiforms on the corner with the GT radials.
I wanted to give you a quick update, Jared.
Yes, please. What's up?
Ryan Turk earlier, he did not lose fourth gear.
Oh.
It was simply that it was difficult to shift into third from fourth, I believe, or no, into fourth from third.
Got it.
So as they come into the horseshoe here, they grab fourth at the inside clip to get the run down the hill, and that's why he straightened up a bit because he couldn't get it into fourth. So there was a miscommunication on the team about the fourth not being there anymore, and anyway. So that's why there was confusion up there. It was what he ended up doing is putting it in fourth and leaving it in fourth for the whole run.
Got it.
That's why it was super smoky. I guess they had a lot of wheel speed and it looked great, but it was doable in fourth. But it's not ideal. But he made it work.
Just going for it. All right. All right, these gentlemen pulling up to the line. Let's party. That's right. Let's send it. Here we go. Matt Field will lead our #1 qualifier, going against Chris Forsberg, #12 qualifier. Let's see those Falcon tires be burnt up, wrapped around those Forged Star wheels. And here we go. The first battle, the Type S top 4 here at Road Atlanta. Coming through the start chicane. No problem. Got a clean start from Matt Field. Coming down the hill. Let's see how they handle this. Both of them initiating almost identically into that front clip. Wow, look at Matt Field pulling away from Forsberg. Did not expect that, but now look at turn on that smoke machine. Comes in to the first and second outside zone. Forsberg knocking over that inside clip, now exiting out of the horseshoe. Past that final front clip and bringing on up the hill. Man, you know what's crazy is did not expect Field to pull away from Forsberg that much, but goodness gracious, he latched onto him like Velcro going up the hill. That was insane.
Yeah, the way that Forsberg accelerated up that hill and caught up was incredible. Watch the initiation here. Beautiful job. Forsberg's always great at doing the initiation so well, mimicking the lead driver. But right there, he fell off a little bit. And like you said, Field pulled away, but Forsberg throttled up that hill. Right here, you can see the smoke coming off of that car coming up the hill. Forsberg doesn't get it slowed down properly. Fills outside zone 2 right behind Field. Right there, gets really tight, hits inside clip number 2. On the way down the hill, Forsberg's well positioned, transitions the car for the inside clip 3, where Matt Field drops a tire just before coming over the finish line. So right here, you can see nice and close from Forsberg. Does hit that inside clip. Keeps the tires on the track as they exit the horseshoe. Field was a little bit off of the touch and go, and so was Forsberg in the chase. But great job overall by both drivers.
Yeah, really well done. Field looking confident out front. Feel like he's got something to prove. Got taken out a little early at round 1. And just in a very grand, tragic fashion. Here we go. Forsberg out front. NOS Energy Drink, Nissan Z. Matt Field giving chase. Initiating. Big angle there from Forsberg coming in that front clip. Matt Field taking out the front clip. Now coming in up the hill in that first outside zone. Now coming in the second outside zone. Both of them getting all the way out there. Look at Matt Field. And look. Did
mechanical.
Matt Field breaking down. Oh, no. Oh, man. Matt Field transitions out of the horseshoe.
Forsberg continues on, not knowing what's going on behind him.
No. Oh, man, what a bummer.
Looked like a mechanical issue there coming out of the horseshoe. You could hear the car rev up, a couple of pops and bangs, but unfortunately the car stopped its forward motion, forward momentum. You can see Forsberg doing a great job on zone 1. Look at Field's positioning in the chase position there. Beautiful on outside zone 2. And right here as they transition, that's where Field broke something, and it's bad enough that he's stopped on the hill going up towards the finish, or the start-finish arch there. So unfortunately, Matt Field will be out for that. That's an incomplete from Matt Field. It's not a great way to go out with a mechanical like that instead of a fight to the finish.
Yeah, you wonder what happened there, axle or something like that. I mean, just with it sputtering and coming to a halt. We've seen a few broken axles here today from Travis Reeder. I think Alec Robbins had one. So
yeah, that could be axle, differential. I mean, I don't think it was the engine because it was still running.
Well, Chris Forsberg gets the win. He's going to the finals. Matt Field will get 3rd place because he is a higher qualifier than the other side of the bracket, Frederick Aasbo or Odie Bakchis. So Matt Field jumping out of his car, seeing what's going on. And showing him where the toe strap is. Make some noise for Matt Field, waving to the crowd. Unfortunate, little shrug of the shoulders. Definitely a bummer. Would love to know what goes on. We'll have to ask him at the podium what transpired. Momo suit looking fresh. Down there. All right, we'll get him towed off. All right, and here is our current standings. Ryan Turk leads the pack, but with Matt Field getting 3rd place. And so Turk having to settle for not getting into the Final Four, get knocked out in the 8. But Odi Bakchis, Frederick Aasbo, and again with Freddie moving on, look at that. That's going to shake things up a little bit there. Odi or Aasbo, who's moving in, because you can see. So Matt Field holding on to that 3rd place position. And keep in mind, whoever wins, Odi and Aasbo, either 100 points or 88 points for them. And then whoever loses gets only 64 points. So that's kind of a deficit there. And then Ryan Turk will settle for 48 points in total for this round as he was knocked out in the grade 8. There's the Hot Boys escorting Matt Field. So waving to the crowd. We will see you in Orlando, Mr. Matt Field. Thank you so much for the track and crew. Very busy evening for our Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta officials. As cleaning up the track for our next battle, Odi Bakchis, Frederick Aasbo. We will see Matt again on the podium. We are hearing he's having engine issues. So some sort of mechanical, either trans or engine. But with it just coming out and straightening out, you'd have to think probably trans. But it was sputtering too. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, well, if the transmission stopped sending power to the wheels, then the engine would rev up and pop, pop, pop and everything, So it could be that. Hard to say. I don't even know if the team knows really, but they will find out soon. I'm sure they have a long drive home to fix it, and then all the way back to Orlando in 2 weeks.
Yep. Yep. All right. If you haven't downloaded Tuerck Drift 2, please do that. TuerckMotorsport.io. Again, TuerckMotorsport.io. Download Tuerck Drift 2 today. All right, we're seeing a vehicle enter into the burnout box, and that should be Frederick Aasbo, qualifying 3rd. He will lead. Odi Bakchis will give chase, and Frederick Aasbo, his path getting here. Aasbo started going against Joao Berrion. Oh, we got the Norwegian flags a-flying right here in front of the judges' stand. So Freddie made his way through Joao Berrion, through JTP, through Ryan Turk, and now he goes against Odi Bakchis. The Norwegian flag waving right here in front of us, cheering him on. And here comes Odi Bakchis. Odi Bakchis enters into the burnout box and quickly gets up there. Let's do it. Let's send it, boys. Odi Bakchis, originally from Lithuania, now living in Southern California. Aasbo from Ski Norway. And here we go. Who's going against Chris Forsberg in the finals? We are about to find out. It's been a cold one, but let's keep it hot. Let's keep the track hot. Freddie will lead. Odi giving chase. All right, looks like we got a clean start. No cones hit. And here we go. The Norwegian Hammer swings into that front clip. Big angle from Aasbo. Almost overshoots that front clip with so much speed. Odi Bakchis, you can see him really getting to the side of Aasbo. Past that inside clip, outside of the horseshoe. Transitioning back through the touch and go. Now through that final front clip, look at, there's Freddie. Just pulling away once again. Solid run there.
That was an incredibly fast run.
Yeah.
It felt like it was over in a blink of an eye.
Heartbeat.
So watch the initiation. Aasbo really strong. Odi was so close, and look how close he stayed up until the transition. He gets himself positioned beautifully there right after the transition. Bit of a bobble there from Odie as they get to outside zone 2, and he doesn't quite get as wide as Aasbo did. Now transitioning here, Bakchis is pushing on that proximity, but Aasbo definitely started pulling away there. You can see the grip, the power, whatever it is in that Supra, just allow him to pull away from Odie. And you can see there from the drone that Odie did not get out to outside zone 2. Aasbo got his tire on the rumble strip there in the touch and go. And Odie did end up, maybe five car lengths behind at the finish line. So in the chase position now, Aasbo needs to do the same type of mimic, stay really, really close, but match outside zone 2 if Bakchis does go into outside zone 2 as the lead car.
Let's see what you got here. Odie out front. Who's going to the finals, Odie or Aasbo? Falcon or Nitto? That supercharged LS S15 of Odie Bakchis uses all the course, swings in front of Aasbo. Now coming into that front clip, lifting off that front left tire. Talked about how possessed this car. Look, Aasbo getting really close to Odie, but then he has to back off. I'm telling you, Odie Bakchis is just on a different planet right now. But Aasbo, I want to run back that replay. Whoa. Look at Aasbo flicking into that final front clip. Woo! Yo! The Norwegian flag waves a little higher right now. I mean, let's take a look at that once again. Ryan, what are your thoughts? I mean, again, just Odie's just possessed. Aasbo's right there.
Odie's headlights turned off just before initiation. Right there, you see Aasbo nice and close. He's as close as Bakchis was to him, maybe even closer. Odie gets in outside zone 2, but Aasbo doesn't, just like Odie didn't when he was chasing. Transitioning to come down the hill. I think Aasbo maybe had more proximity throughout the entirety of the course. You can see here, Aasbo's nice and close all the way through to the finish line. So if you compare lead to lead, chase to chase, it looks like both leads were fairly similar. They both got into outside zone 1. They both got into outside zone 2. It may come down to the chase, where both of them missed outside zone 2. But I think Aasbo maybe had more proximity throughout the entirety of the run. This is where Aasbo pulled away from Odie, but look at Aasbo, how close he is to Odie there, right to the finish line.
And there it is. There's a Norwegian flag. Waving them on. All right, so do we have a winner? Do we have a winner to go against Chris the Force Forsberg? Is it Odie or is it Aasbo? Taking a look at this here, Ryan. You can see Aasbo leading on the left, Odie leading on the right.
Yeah, look at the duration of proximity from Aasbo. And you can see similar mistakes at outside zone 2 in the chase position. But here, you'll watch Odie fall off, whereas Aasbo stays nice and close all the way through to the finish line. And he's right on Odie's door, right at that finish line. So, similar mistakes, similar high points as well. In the chase position, it feels like Aasbo maybe had an advantage there.
All right, well, if we have a winner, they will go back, get a fresh set of tires, and pull back into the burnout box for the finals. Round 2, the AutoZone Road to the Championship, presented by Type S. The Type S lights underneath the cars right there. Pick up your Type S kits at your local AutoZone and slide them right for Frederick Aasbo. Aasbo gets the win. Freddie gets the win. Matt Field will get 3rd place, and Odie will get 4th.
It looked like that whole battle was on fast forward watching it live. It felt like my eyes were, that was incredibly fast.
Yeah.
Those two cars are ridiculously quick.
Yep. The fans still sticking around here, enduring the cold, enduring the traffic, and just enduring a good time. Thank you guys and gals so much for joining us out here again. The Type S Finals, the official lighting of Formula Drift Pro Series Underglow lighting kits available now in store at your local AutoZone and online at typesauto.com. And there is the bracket, and there are the finals. Forsberg versus Aasbo. 5 championships between them. Talked about Forsberg's 3 championships. Frederick Aasbo, the most recent champion and defending champion, Frederick Aasbo, and that Rockstar Energy Toyota GR Supra. Chris Forsberg debuting his car, that brand new NOS Energy Drink, all new Nissan Z on GT Radials. And we got the Rockstar Hustler moment from Dan Burkett. As Dan Burkett, a great weekend for him. Just best ever qualifying for him. He finished strong. He got knocked out in the grade 8s, but just a great effort by Dan Burkett. Really excited to hopefully he takes this momentum from here in Atlanta and continues on into Orlando. Hustling. Well done by Rad Dan, Rad Industries, Gear Wrench, Toyota Supra. He is your Rockstar Energy Hustler moment, Dan Burkett. Look at that. That was earlier with Chris Forsberg and Dan Burkett, but a little too much to handle there going against Forsberg. And Forsberg advanced on. Sad. Look at the fans still sticking around. How you guys doing? That's you there. That's what's up. Atlanta, how we doing out there? Make some noise. I didn't see many signs this event, man. The Team Rowdy boys and gals and family didn't make any signs. Y'all look pretty cool up there. How we doing, Cougar? That's the what's it say? It's the Sioux Cougars. There you go. That guy's hyped right there. And that guy, I don't know how you don't have a sweatshirt on, bro. It's definitely a little brisk out here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the Rays tribute event, celebrating all things Rays, either raised wheels, Volks, Graham lights, Versus. And again, just an exciting event overall. Lantain, your thoughts as we enter into the finals. What are your thoughts?
It's some incredible driving. The cars, the way they're developed now, the speed that they can achieve, it's incredible that these drivers are able to keep them on the track. The way they come up this hill, they kind of cross in front of us, and we could see the speed that they're carrying up to outside zone 1, and it's incredible the way they get them slowed down.
Real quick, I'm going to cut you off because Lorette Nichols, sorry to cut you off, but she's with the gentleman who's going to the finals, Chris Forsberg. Lorette?
Jared, thank you so very much. We've been trying to have a conversation all night, but Chris Forsberg making his move into the finals. Man, that is just so, that is the proof of how you and your team just build a beautiful new car.
Yeah, absolutely. The team did a fantastic job on this new Nissan Z. It is only its second event, and we're driving it to the finals. And I feel like we could have done the same at Long Beach if we didn't have that gearbox failure, which was a little out of our control, maybe user error. But yeah, the car has been performing beautifully since it first fired up. And yeah, the guys have just been absolutely on point. The new Z is fantastic. I love it. It's the best car I've ever had. And yeah, we're making a push to win this thing.
So in Long Beach, you lost fourth gear. Is everything, obviously everything is all set now?
Yeah, we took the gearbox out, we rebuilt it. That was my run with Turk. He went on to win the event, which was awesome to see. But yeah, we have a fresh gearbox in it and a spare on the side, and we haven't had a single issue with it yet. I hope I didn't jinx myself, but you know, who cares? But yeah, everything else has been fantastic. The car's on point, and yeah, we're feeling really, really good.
Yeah. So your first win at Road Atlanta came in 2007. Yep. So your second one was in 09. A lot of time, a lot of history, but does that muscle memory stay?
Yeah, I have a lot of laps here at Road Atlanta. We actually drove all the way to second place, the very first event here ever in 2004. And we've gotten a lot of podiums along the way. Yeah, it's interesting that our last win here was 09, but that makes sense because you know, we have gotten some seconds and thirds, and you know, it is my favorite track. I love this track. It's just beautiful. It's fast. It's technical. It's everything you want in a drift event.
Okay, you're going up against Frederick Aasbo. Yep. What do you have to do?
Just gotta lay it down. He's a killer. He's consistent. He's fast, and I feel like we're the same. So may the best man win.
Chris, thank you very much for your time. Jared, Ryan, back to you.
Thank you. Good luck to you, Chris, as you're going against, again, the defending champion, Frederick Aasbo, which we've seen a very fierce Toyota Supra. As we wait for Frederick Aasbo to get his fresh set of Nitto tires and pull up to the line, let's take a moment and reflect on another champion, James the Machine Dean. Your first ever three-peat champion, 2017, 2018, and now 2019 Formula Drift champ, it is James the Machine Dean. We have solidified a champion in James Dean. The three-peat has happened for the first time ever in FD history.
After winning a championship, you should be on top of the world, you know, but I think that hurt.
I mean, you can open a can of worms there if you want.
One of the top drivers there to suddenly watching it on the live stream.
You don't just disappear or split from a team after winning 3 championships together.
There's nothing else in this earth that gives me that same feeling, so just trying to get that feeling back, really.
Even when things aren't going his way, he will try and pull something out of the bag to bring things around.
I would be lying if I said that I didn't want to win or that I don't have high hopes. I have the highest of hopes.
He's the best drifter in the world right now.
I absolutely wouldn't change anything. We've had our struggles, don't get me wrong, but I think they make the good times so much better.
So yeah, exciting times ahead. Let's see how it works out.
They're all delighted over there that James isn't there right now.
I'm more nervous now than I was with his first competition, to be honest.
Yeah, you gotta stay hungry in everything you do, I think. Otherwise, you're retired.
Pawlak pops the engine. Aasbo! Something in the foot, all Deno tire. Chelsea Denofa. Denofa gets the win. The stampede! Oh! Woo! What is that?
For your overall champion of 2021, Burkett, the Norwegian Hammer.
High and wide. The Norwegian flag is right there. And we are ready to see our finals upon us. Forsberg and Aasbo. Again, 3 championships for Forsberg, 2 for Frederick Aasbo. The AutoZone road to the championship. Where are my Frederick Aasbo fans at? Make some noise. Where are my Chris Forsberg fans at? Make some noise. Where are my Formula Drift fans at? Make some noise! Man, still a packed house here, Ryan. Ryan, you enjoying doing double duty, judging and rapping out with me?
Definitely. It truly helps me cement everything in my head, you know, really speaking about it and putting it out there in words. I come to my decision a lot faster, and I think I come to it more comfortably as well. And like when you elaborate about it, it kind of it gets it more cohesive in your mind? Exactly. Yep. It helps. Right. Good. All right, I am seeing some headlights going round and round up top there, and I believe that will be Frederick Aasbo. Frederick Aasbo. And then, so Freddie and Forsberg. You could see him pulling up to the start line. There is Frederick and that Rockstar Energy Nitto tire, Toyota GR Supra. And now coming in, Chris says the best Z's ever owned. It's a big statement. You know, just with the brand new debut of that all new Z, getting his hands on that one, building that car in just weeks. I mean, seriously, like it took them, I mean, they got it and had to turn it around real quick. So, for the street, new Z or new GR86?
Ooh.
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 I know price points are a little different.
Yeah, price points are a little different.
But which one do you like more? What do you think?
I think the GR86 is probably more conducive to like my size and my fitment.
Okay.
The Z is a little smaller, compact, but I think it's a little more sporty than an actual kind of a compact car.
More power in the Z,
but the Toyota GR Corolla, I'll take one of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the all-wheel drive. Yeah.
I heard there's a GR Yaris in the U.S.
Yes, there is, and it's owned by a guy that works for another manufacturer.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I drove a GR Yaris at Goodwood Festival Speed.
And what did you like?
It's awesome.
That one?
Yeah, that car is sick. Yeah, I drove a Lotus too, but. And here we are. Are you ready to see the finals? Make some noise, Atlanta. Let's send it. the Toyota Supra of Frederick Aasbo, the all-new Nissan Z. On 3, let's yell send it as loud as possible. They can hear you for those fans that are leaving. 1, 2, 3, send it! Here we go. Frederick Aasbo, Chris Forsberg coming down the pipe. Who's going to be on the pipe? Here we go. Bringing it into that first inside clip. Big angle from Aasbo. Forsberg dropping back a little bit. Let's see if he can reel him in. We saw that earlier. And now coming to that second outside zone. Aasbo gets out there. Forsberg, amazing proximity. Now coming out of the horseshoe. Freddie looking a little bit more fluid here. Now coming back up the hill. And there goes Aasbo and Forsberg. Another one just like snap, boom,
Yep,
it's done.
it's over.
It's done.
That's super,
just like
so
that.
fast. Great job by both drivers, though. I love the precision of Forsberg. Even in the chase position, he manages to miss all the clips. Like physically not hitting them, getting really close. Inside clip 1, nice and tight for both drivers. As they come up the hill, there's a bit of space there. Forsberg starts to catch up a little bit. Doesn't quite go out to outside zone 2. Sacrifices that for proximity. Transitions down the hill. And this is where the Supra starts to pull away. And they transition to inside clip 3. Very clean run from both of them. You can see they kept their tires on the track. Look how close Forsberg was there. He might have put a mark on Aasbo's door, but neither one of them drops a tire anywhere. Look at the precision at this level of driving, the speed that they're driving at. They didn't hit any clips physically, knock the cones over. They didn't drop a tire anywhere. They didn't smash into each other. They were just inches away in the right parts of the track. Phenomenal driving from both drivers.
2 surgeons out here performing surgery on this track. Here we go. Last time we're going to potentially send it here in Atlanta. Make some noise. Here we go. Chris the Force Forsberg, the Norwegian Hammer, Frederick Aasbo. Who's going to come out on top? Who's going to win here? Round 2 of the Formula Jet Pro Championship. Now coming into that first front clip. There goes Chris Forsberg. Now coming on up the hill. Look at Frederick Aasbo. He takes out that cone. Into that first outside zone. You see a little decel there from Aasbo. Into the second outside zone. Now on that front clip. Transitioning out of the horseshoe. How are they going to handle it? Bringing it on around into one more final touch and go and a front clip. Woo! Wait, doctor, look at that. Aasbo has that horsepower on deck. Absolutely amazing run. The Norwegian flag waves high in front of us. Ryan, that was a really, really good job by both the drivers. Freddie, I'll tell you what, the gold nose, he is just all up in Chris's biz.
So Aasbo did have more proximity, but it looked like he made some more compromises to achieve that proximity. So if you watch the inside clips that he physically hit, let's watch here as they initiate. Great job by both drivers. Aasbo hits inside clip number 1. Aasbo puts a tire off coming up the hill. Forsberg is putting the car in all the right places, fills outside zone 2. I think Aasbo was maybe a little deeper in the chase there, but then he hits inside clip 2, drops a tire leaving the horseshoe. Coming down the hill, unbelievable how close he was there.
I don't know how he did not hit him there at that last one.
That was incredible. Yeah, there couldn't have been much space between.
And keep in mind, his nose is what got him in trouble in Long Beach with Matt Field. Just that gold nose.
That's what I was thinking about when I was watching it. So watch here as Forsberg fills outside zone 2 so well. Aasbo hits that inside clip, transitioning down the hill. Aasbo drops a tire. Forsberg, I think, maybe dropped a tire right there and hit that inside clip number 1, but unreal the level of precision from both of these drivers and how close they are all the way through the course. That is going to be held against Aasbo, though, dropping a tire there coming up the hill. Great job by Forsberg in outside zone 2. Great driver. I cannot believe how close he was right there.
That was so close.
After Long Beach, it seemed, he was very apologetic and he felt what he did to Matt Field.
Oh, absolutely.
But here he's not holding back. That's like that champion's mentality, right? Pushing as hard as he can. So side by side here, you can see that Forsberg doesn't quite have the proximity. He looks more stable, though, in the chase position, and he does look way more precise, not dropping tires and not hitting clips and things like that. So this is going to be a tough one, Jared. Really, really tough. Yeah, level of difficulty is going to have to come into play here. And proximity, duration of proximity, a lot of different things to think about.
Yeah, this is exactly how we want to finish a round 2 at Atlanta. I mean, this is 2 champions, 5 championships between the two of them. I know Jeremy and Mara are watching from New York right now. Shout out to Jeremy and Mara. And the fans are chanting. What are we hearing out there? Are we hearing one more time? I'm hearing a variety of things here. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Aasbo gets the win? Do you guys think Chris Forsberg gets the win? Or should they go one more time? One more time! They're going at it again. Chris Yule, that was you that said Aasbo right there. You want to throw on your headset and talk about it? We got time. They got to get some fresh rubber underneath their vehicle. So Chris Yule, one of the 3 judges. You said Frederick Aasbo. What was your justification there?
Yeah, I mean it was super close, but you know Aasbo, his duration of proximity was so much greater, and he did make more mistakes, but he was present, whereas Forsberg in the chase just wasn't really there.
Okay.
So
yeah, and I agree with you. I see it there. I kind of going off of earlier. You're kind of like, oh, let's just see it. Let's make it definitive one more time, as opposed to here. You're kind of like, yeah, it's
I mean, I can see the one more time for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for your insight, Lantain. You went one more time. You and Eggert went one more time. Your justification?
I thought, so Forsberg did really well in outside zone 2 in the lead, was not as deep in the chase. But when you look at what Aasbo did on his lead, oh, I'm all confused now. I'm so excited about what we watched. Yeah, it was gnarly. That's a good way to put it. It was gnarly. And I've got my hood on because it's cold out here.
Yep.
I didn't like that Aasbo was so sloppy in his chase run. He was closer, but he made sacrifices, in my opinion. It looked sloppy. If you watched Forsberg's chase, he wasn't as close, but he was so precise. He was like a surgeon. So I kind of got those at an even, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's either you're really close and you're making the mistakes, or you're a little further away and you're really clean. I see those as kind of even in my eyes. So I want them to be close and clean, and that's what I'm going to be looking for in this next battle with them.
You want to have your cake and eat it too, or you want your champagne and your carbon fiber trophy? Well, we'll get some fresh set of tires, GT radials and Nitto tires, and we'll be back here for the finals. Forsberg or Aasbo? Who's it going to be? TBD here at ATL.
Formula Drift is brought to you by Toyota, let's go places. Royal Purple, the official engine oil of Formula Drift, the synthetic expert. Rockstar, the official energy drink of Formula Drift.
Welcome back as we are seeing one car. I see one car up the top of the hill here at the AutoZone Road to the Championship. We are live from Road Atlanta, Brazelton, Georgia. Next year, that's going to be 20 years of FD. Cannot wait. Absolutely insane. Chris Mady, K&N, the official filter of Formula Drift. As we are waiting to see if they are ready to throw down. Let's get them in that pedal commander burnout box. Larry Chen, did you get the photo? Did you get the one? No, you didn't? Terrible. You were Supermaning? Okay, that's cool. All right, well, there's the Norwegian flag flying for Freddie. As I believe that's Simon Olsen's pops that raised that flag up there. He was waving it around. Norwegian Drift Championship, I know they're here in the building. And we should be seeing Chris Forsberg pulling up there, and looks like off in the distance. Again, 5 championships between these two gentlemen. Let's get Freddie in that burnout box and let's see him send it. And there you see just all the history, 19 years. Kicking things off with Sam Hubinet. Saw Vaughn in the building. He's got his oldest son, Gunnar. He had his other son just a few months ago. And look at that, James Dean, 1, 2, 3 in a row. Forsberg, 2016, 14, and back in 09. He was the first non-professional racer to win a drift championship. It's what they call the People's Champ. Both, all three, Sam, Reese, and Tanner, come from some sort of racing pedigree, either it be rally or ice racing or any other form of racing. So as we are seeing Frederick Aasbo pull into the burnout box. Montana, are you shivering right now?
Yeah, a little bit. Cold.
That's how cold it is. Even a Canadian shivering's up here.
I live in Southern California now, so
Yeah.
unfortunately
Now you're spoiled.
Very spoiled with
Yeah.
beautiful, warm, sunny weather all the time. I'm not complaining about that part. I'm just,
Not at all.
complaining about being here in the cold. I didn't expect it to be like this in Georgia.
I didn't either.
But we'll get through it. Jared, we'll survive.
We got this. As Chris Forsberg warms up his GT radial tires, and one more turn and burn. Bring him up to the line. Are you ready, Atlanta?
The burnout clock hit 0. He was out.
Right on the money. All right. Well, here we go. My name's Jared Deanda. Ryan Lontaine, my co-host and judge. The other judges, thank you so much, Chris Yule and Brian Eggert, for your work today. Hats off to all the teams, the crews, the staff, the track, and of course, you the fans. Let's see who's going home a winner here at round 2 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship, the AutoZone Road to the Championship presented by Type S. Here we are. Let's send it as soon as those lights illuminate. Send it! Frederick Aasbo and Chris the Force Forsberg, the Norwegian Hammer versus the Force. Coming down into that first inside clip. Let's see what we got. Frederick Aasbo initiates. Forsberg tries to get the door to Supra. And there goes that Supra trying to pull away from Chris Forsberg into that first outside zone. Coming in outside zone 2. Freddie uses all the course, gets all the way out there to the edge. Now past that inside clip. Freddie does knock it over as Forsberg now takes a tighter line, exiting out of the horseshoe. Now back up past that final front clip. Make some noise, Atlanta! Wow. Ripping.
That was a lot of tires off at inside clip 3, Jared. Let's watch this from the aerial view. A little bit of bobble from Forsberg right there. As they climb the hill, you can see that Forsberg's catching up slightly as they get to outside zone 2. Aasbo does a pretty good job there, but Forsberg's not quite as deep. On this transition down the hill, Forsberg drops a tire, leaving the horseshoe, and right here, I think that was 4 tires off for Chris Forsberg at inside clip number 3. It was at least 3 tires, maybe even 4. So if that's the case, it'll be an incomplete for Forsberg in the chase position. So let's watch this from the drone. This might not be the best view. That was definitely 3, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Unfortunately.
3.
So that'll be an incomplete for Chris Forsberg in the chase position. due to 3 tires or more off course being an incomplete.
Yeah, that's definitely a turn of events there. Did not see that coming. I mean, just Freddie, when he goes initiates and just absolutely pulls away from Forsberg. He's trying to catch up to him, just cannot catch him. Just got that horsepower on deck.
Yeah, and the grip to put it down on the ground as well. All right, this might give us a better view of the, so that's 1 tire off there, leaving the horseshoe. You can see right here as they go by, well, Aasbo
1,
goes
2,
around. Yeah,
3.
that's 4
Well,
tires
that's 4.
off. That's 4 tires off
Yeah,
for
I mean
Forsberg.
3 or more. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a big blow to the system of the Chris Forsberg Racing Camp.
Sure is. That's going to be hard to overcome. Thank you for the slow motion drone footage.
Slow motion for me.
That was very helpful. Thank you, thank you.
And looks like track sweeper, 1 more turn and burn, and we will see what outcome we have between Forsberg and Aasbo, with Forsberg going off there on that last inside clip.
Assume he got lost in the smoke, transitioned a little bit too early, was on the wrong line. And
yeah.
When you're committed like that, you just stay on throttle and go for it. But unfortunately, was on the wrong side of that inside clip.
Yeah, so again, for sure, Matt Field is 3rd place here. Who the winner is, we are about to find out. Or are we? Crazier things have happened. And we will now see Forsberg leading in the NOS Energy Drink Nissan All New Z GT radial tires, and Frederick Aasbo chasing him down that gold nose of the Rockstar Energy Toyota GR Supra on Nitto tires. And it looks like we are clear to send. The clock is ticking. 10:57 on that PM dial, and here we go. Send it, Atlanta! Forsberg, Aasbo, Force, the Hammer, Nissan versus Toyota, GT Radial versus Ditto. Big initiation there from Forsberg. Big angle from him. Now coming on in, shallow on that line, coming to that first outside zone. Cones are flying everywhere. It's a party here in Atlanta. Into that front clip. Big, nice sweep there by both the drivers. Look at that snappy transition from Aasbo. Coming on down, back the hill. 1 more clip for glory for one of these drivers. Aasbo or Forsberg. Make some noise, Atlanta, for all our drivers, our crews, our teams, our sponsors, everybody, including yourself. Formula Drift Atlanta. Some tremendous driving. Let's look at it again here, Ryan.
Awesome initiation from Chris Forsberg. You can see those front wheels set as he transitions to come up the hill. He does hit both of those markers for the downhill touch and go coming to outside zone number 2. He's doing really well in outside zone 2. You can see him fill it fully there. Aasbo's right with him coming down the hill, and as he transitions for that final inside clip. Oh, we're coming back up the hill again. Coming up to outside zone 2 right there, you can see Forsberg. Great job on outside zone 2. Aasbo right there with them. As they come down the hill, this is where we're going to see them both get nice and tight on that inside clip, come over the finish line, and that's all she wrote.
All right, well, if we have a winner, we will bring them down here into the keyhole. It looks like we do have the winner, so let's bring them on down, boys. Send them on down. All right, and there they are. Oh, it looks like Fields got his car back up and running. Might be limping down there, but regardless, we got the 3 cars that finish out our podium here in Atlanta. Always just a rad backdrop to see them coming down the hill. All 3 of those cars making their way. And there you see 1, 2, and 3. You know Matt Field got 3rd place. But who is your winner here in Atlanta? Round 2 of the Formula Drift Championship. Frederick Aasbo almost was on the box in Long Beach. Matt Field hats off to his team, working hard, still on the podium. That #1 spot evades him here in Atlanta, but still a hard-working team to get it back up and running after no straight corner in that car and getting that P1 position yesterday in qualifying.
I didn't like that grass anyway.
Make some noise for your top 3 finishers here in Atlanta. And as they step outside of their vehicle, we'll announce your podium finishers. Join us over the podium ceremony just here, not too far from the judging tower. Finishing 3rd place here at round 2, the AutoZone Road to the Championship, presented by Type S, the Beast from the Bay. 3rd place in the Falcon Tires Corvette, Matt Field. And now your winner here at round 2 of the Formula Drift Championship is a former champion himself, is sponsored by an energy drink company. And your winner here at round 2 at AutoZone Road to Championship, presented by Type S, is Frederick the Norwegian Hammer Aasbo. Gets the win here in Atlanta. There is your winner. Freddie gets the win, and there is the flag. And there you go. High five from his competitor. And 2nd place here at round 2 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship, the AutoZone Road to the Championship, presented by Type S in the NOS Energy Drink, all new Nissan Z on GT Radials. Chris the Force Forsberg, your 2nd place finisher here in Atlanta. Congratulations, 1, 2, and 3, Frederick Aasbo, Chris Forsberg, and Matt Field. You're 1, 2, and 3 here in Atlanta. Can't wait to see you guys in Orlando. See you over at the podium ceremony. Ryan Lantain, your thoughts about today's event and what you expect in Orlando, baby.
Yeah, I don't think we were disappointed with the level of action that we had here tonight. These guys are pushing harder and harder every round. Orlando is going to be an oval, so that's going to be a whole new set of challenges with the wall going around on both, on that bank side and then coming down into the infield. There's that big drop in. So we've seen cars get disturbed by that and damaged by that as well. So going to be a whole new set of challenges in Orlando, but the show just keeps going on.
Yep. All right. At this time, I'd love to throw it down to Lorette Nickel. I know Lorette is down there. Lorette, down to you with our podium finishers.
Thank you, Jared. I am unfortunately interrupting a conversation between Frederick and Chris, but Frederick, so much celebration going on down here. And in a night that seemed pretty unpredictable, how did you make those brave but calm decisions?
This one was really special because these guys are on form here, and I feel like this track is where the fastest car will win. And Chris, a mastermind, not only at driving, but setting up everything, finding speed. I mean, 3-time FD champ speaks volumes. And I knew that going through the bracket, even from, Pawlak in 16, we had to bring our A game. Against Ryan, I was dead nervous prior to that battle. And, Ryan had some technical issues. Without that, I think we would have lost right there and then. Odie, he's had me the last couple of times we've battled. Again, lightning quick car, and here we are, #1 with, okay, maybe the fastest car then. So big props to my team. The guys haven't built this thing. Big props to my buddies from Norway here today and to all of you guys here. So thank you all.
Absolutely, and going against a 3-time champion, I mean, talk about what that pressure is like.
Pressure? I don't know what you're talking about. It's immense. There's immense pressure. I'm a mess the week leading up to a race because I'm focused, I'm nervous, I have butterflies, and I'm poised and driven. And I definitely have a real strong drive to do well here. I have a lot of experience now, right? I'm becoming a veteran of the sport, whether I want it or not. But the pressure, I mean, it's the craziest thing that I do, and it's the craziest thing that I've done my whole life, this stuff, and here we are, duking it out for 20 seconds, not being able to see anything, so it's a blast.
Well, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner, round number 2, Frederick Aasbo. Jared.
Thank you so much, Lorette. Congratulations, Freddie, Forsberg, and Matt Field, as teams are joining them down here at the bottom. There's Jonathan Castro giving his Toyota homeboy a hug, and we will see you guys at the podium. Thank you guys and gals so much for joining us and sticking around. And here is the unofficial current standings. And again, just after 2 stops of the Formula Drift Championship, again with Ryan Turk getting the victory, got knocked out in 8, but now with Freddie finishing 4th, and now with the win, shaking things up. But Matt Field, look at that. He sits comfortably there in 2nd. You got Frederick Aasbo leading. Again, this is unofficial. Ryan Turk, Chris Forsberg jumps up to 4th. Bakchis sitting in 5th. So thank you guys and gals. Those are the standings. Let's celebrate at the podium and get some champagne flowing. We'll see you guys in Orlando, or we'll see you online, or we'll see you another time. And this is what went down here on this iconic track. 19 years of Formula Drift. It's been going down since 2004. And guess what? 2023, we'll celebrate 20 years of Formula Drift coming here to Braselton and Road Atlanta. On behalf of the whole FD staff, thank you so much. Send it, Formula Drift Nation. We'll see you online, or we'll see you another time.